welcome to the show. You look incredible, like a dessert that owns a yacht.
That's exactly the vibe I was going for. You know, sweet but slightly out of your tax bracket.
Mission accomplished. How does one even shop?
Meanwhile, from prison, here's the That Umbrella Guy and Megan Fox show. Welcome and Happy New Year!
Hey everyone, we're live from the cell.
Yeah, talking about our poor feels on New Year's.
And no bench in 2 weeks, can you believe it?
Is that a poppy seed? You realize I'm your PO, right? Straight to booking!
Today, we want to tunnel out like turtles from a certain rescue. But to do that, we need to monetize the fleas.
Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUy. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me. I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me. I'm a man.
Yo, 100K gone. You thought it stayed quiet, huh? 2G in the chat like. Yeah. You flash fake racks on the timeline. Kept us at check, but it really was grind time. 100 bands raised, 100 bands off. You took us to the Halo with a cross. 56K from an angel in the comments. Heart full of faith, you turned to the prophet. Screenshot saved, every promise, every pledge. Bank statement singing when you tweeting off the edge. You ain't built for the smoke, you invited. Try to play God, now the numbers indicted. Seems like razors cut through the myth. Whole squad looking like an organized grift. 56K from a donut thief. 100K gone, it's a stolen dream. Gotta stay dark, but the neck got teeth. Now you mean, and you clip, and you caught on stream. That umbrella guy, call it out on screen. Yeah, we see you, we see you.
You prayed on the pain, turned trauma to a token. Each side story just a tool you were holding. Help the cause, every line pre-written, but the cause was your closet in the car you sitting in. You love weak links, hunt them in the thread. Baby, I care while you strip their bread. 56K from one, that's a life and ash. Your bar drip, that by time they'll never get back.
That means get your face with a clown crown clips on repeat when the lies all fall down to a G on the mic. Every chart, every slide broke down a breakdown, let the numbers collide.
You can't hide from the playback, you can't scrub with the chat track. Every blast you turn backhand, every trust me now backfire.
You ain't a boss, you a bookmark. Held on the page where the fraud start. Whole damn mark in a thread in the chart. History written in the sidebar remarks.
56K from a donut thief. 100K gone, it's a stolen dream. Gotta stay dark, but the neck got teeth. Now you mean, now you clip, now you caught on stream. 56K from a donut thief. 56K from a donut thief. 56K from a donut thief. 56K from a donut thief.
56K from a donor thief.
I love it.
I like that. You're the type that would steal the halo off a cross. Like,
I love that new song. I love it. And that was the first time I saw some of the mashups, the videos of us in jail. Those were funny.
Yeah. I enjoy those. I've been working on the Fight Club ones a little bit more. You know.
Oh yeah, you gotta get some of those in there now.
Oh yeah. I've got
Asso
them.
Academy or
Yeah.
whatever. Asso Jojo.
Yeah.
Asso Dojo.
Yep, I love them. I think they're funny. Like, it's so good.
I know. Last night was a riot, man. I am so addicted now to Ray Bone Crusher's content.
Oh, they
He's
won
in
so
he's in
much
trouble
attention.
now because I'm not going to stop until I get through all of it. I had no idea he could be so funny.
I know. It's amazing, isn't it?
Oh my God. It's gold, Jerry, gold.
What we need to, now that 2L is saying that people thought that she actually flew to China to buy
Oh
a
my God.
bench.
Can you
We
even
need
believe
some
this?
we need some memes of that. I think that was really funny.
Can you even believe that's the excuse? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't say it wasn't from China. They were saying that I went to China to buy the bench. Who the hell said that? You
Yeah, I see.
crazy loon.
Well, tonight there's okay, so there's the new scam on top of the old scam. You know that they have now shifted to a new dynamic, and it's really interesting because every time they shift, it causes them more problems. You know, because you can check this stuff, you can check it somewhat easy. You know, you can go in and you can check out everything not only that they say, but you can go and you can check and see like what the timelines are on certain items, when certain things supposedly happened. I mean, for
Mhm.
example, what if I told you folks that they were saying they actually had the bench since April? What would you say on that? Because I would say bull squat. You
Well,
know?
my first response would be, well, then where the hell is it? You've just
Yeah.
been storing a bench, a memorial bench in your garage or whatever for all this time while people asked you, including donors, where is it? That
Well,
doesn't make any
and
sense.
they keep going back to the nobody, you know, nobody like Miyagi, for example. Miyagi asked for, you know, proof of this or that. Well, Miyagi's not entitled. Okay. What about the donors you promised that you would be clear with, that they could just write you and ask you about stuff? You know, those people, they're not getting any clarity at all. And
Yeah, it doesn't make sense that you would order this thing and you would have it sitting somewhere, and then not inform the donors that you got it, not even send them a snapshot. What?
oh, it amazes me. And now the reason that, you know, we can lock this down on a date when they're trying to say it is because they said something stupid about tariffs. You know, last night they actually said that they had it since let's see, since where is that? Yeah, they said they had it since the tariffs, you know, before the new tariffs came in. All right. So that means that they're telling me that they had the bench pre-tariff. That would mean before April 2025. Here, look at this line.
Right.
This really stuck with me, folks. You know, like I called Megan about it right away because I was like, wait a minute, I gotta make sure I understand this to lock the date down, you know, because you can see them. They said they just said, you know, it's waiting on you. I think the bench was here pre-tariff. Yeah, it's been here for a long time. It only took 6 weeks to be made. Well, that's interesting because we did
What have they been doing with it? What's the purpose of having it? And then taking all the criticism from people and just saying it's none of your business instead of saying, yeah, we have it. It's in the garage,
Here's a
whatever.
picture.
Did you hear that what else she's saying? Oh, they're going to do landscaping. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Todd.
No, well, they said the bench doesn't actually cost $4,000 anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because the landscaping and stuff. I was like, and I wonder who's going to get the landscaping money.
Guess who does landscaping?
Exactly.
Did you know that Gabe, little booger sugar Gabe, loves landscaping? He does landscape grifts.
Yes, indeed. That's really interesting, isn't it? Again, you know, at this point, there are a few things like when donors ask about stuff, they need to ask very specific questions. Now, they don't just need to ask, hey, where's a bench? Because you know what? They're going to end up popping out a bench. If they get in enough trouble, they'll pop out one that, God, costs a couple $100, right? They go down to Lowe's or something.
Yep.
That plus.
And believe me, listen to me, please. We will discover where you got the bench, and we will figure out how much it actually cost. Don't try and pull one over on us. You better spend the $4,000 or whatever, because
No,
you're not going to be able to pull
after
it
that,
over on people.
after 15 months, it doesn't matter, you know?
Yeah.
Because you can't have donors being like, yo, nothing delivered. They said it happened, and then they do this. What people need to do is, donors need to ask for proof that a bench was purchased, where that it was purchased, and when. The when is just as crucial now.
She should have receipts for that.
When it was delivered, photos, and costs. All of that. They need to, especially since they're saying, oh, we're going to charge for landscaping and stuff. We're going to look at all of that in the transcripts, but it's amazing. Because
we had the most amazing landscaper do our memorial for the memorial that never was. I mean, Travis did such an amazing job landscaping. There's even like a little stone path.
He did an amazing job.
And I like how she's taking our ideas. She's going to landscape it now.
Of course.
Is there going to be a birdhouse too, Fleesa? How about a wishing well? You're going to put a wishing well near it too?
The tariff thing, by the way, this is most people, when they refer, there have been multiple tariffs, but the one most people are referring to is this one that kicks in April the 9th, which Chinese, that would be a major increase to an 84% reciprocal tariff on most Chinese goods. So, following the April 2nd, which is not listed on here. So it's got to be April. So they're telling us that they've had this since April 2020. I call bullshit. I absolutely call bullshit.
Yeah, I don't think this is a real story.
They would absolutely put out a picture of it just to stop this and to be able to collect more money.
Well, let's go. Let's go, Fleesa. Where's the picture? Where's the proof? Where's the receipts? Why on earth do you just keep on saying it's not anybody's business? It's clearly people are asking. Your own donors are asking where it is. I can't believe the family hasn't gone to the cops, frankly. I mean, their name used. So did she give them any of the money? Is that what happened?
Well, there's liability in that.
To shut
I
them
hope they
up?
do understand. Like when they come out and there's nothing whatsoever. Like when you have
they could be sued for that. They could be sued by the donors. The family could be sued.
It is a lot of liability that they're carrying. Here's where, she just throws this in here. You can see it in there. And again, I'm going to pull up everything with the transcript itself, but you can see where she puts that out. Oh, and by the way, the total wasn't $4,000. Huh. It wasn't. Why? Because again, landscaping and
that's how much they raised, though.
Oh, well, no, that's how much they said they needed. How much they raised? Who knows?
Who
how
knows?
Much they raised.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. See, I think we've been way too careless with our words on that. And, I blame myself in that for sure, because I'll say it's a $4,000 memorial. Well, that's a $4,000 that they said it would cost. But how much money did they raise? Who knows?
Right, because they're not transparent about it. So how the hell would we know?
And if they're keeping money when they raise it like that, I mean, they're just, these are all.
Oh, no, wait. My favorite part is when they said, and if we did keep any of it, it's exactly what Megan and Tug do. What? Are they still too stupid to figure out that whole deal, the whole thing was to point out their fraud?
I mean, it's amazing, isn't
How
it,
not to do a fundraiser? Clearly, our chat understands it because they're the smartest chat online, so they know what we were doing. But is she really going to try? Yeah, it's the definition of satire. Is she going to try and claim that this is just normal? Like we did it, so we could do it too. They could do it too. Like what? What? It's the craziest thing I've ever heard. It's in the really transcript. Funny. I cannot believe it's there in the transcript.
What's even funnier, people like Melissa and others, they do a bit of digging and they find things like transcripts from March 4th, 2025. And look what's in those. Oh, look at this. Ah, man. So they're talking about in March, They're talking about how it's going to take 6 weeks for it to come in from overseas. They're also talking about tariffs. So doesn't sound like they would have it by the dates they were talking about. You know, those magical dates when they pull them up. If they're talking about the hypotheticals, it's also the $1,000. The beautiful thing is back here, you know, when they were talking about how the $1,000, they don't know if they got that. There wasn't a donor like that. Look here. All right. We were just sent $1,000 toward the memorial. Remember they kept saying that wasn't real?
Oh boy.
Whoopsie. There's the big donor, by the way, the one that D spills the tea talked to. Oh yeah. It's spelled out very clearly. I mean, there's all kinds of insanity. Did you hear, by the way, that Stacy, the real reason that Stacy, she didn't go on was because Stacy has Tourette's?
What? Wait. That was a joke that Jay made.
That's what they picked up on. They said it in their own thing. So
Wait, so now they're claiming that Stacy has Tourette's?
They did at one time.
Oh my God. Jay, oh my God. You should be ashamed of yourself. You have caused so much trouble.
I think you have confused them.
And you know what's going to happen? I'm going to get blamed for saying Stacy has Tourette's and I never said it. It's going to be my fault that this rumor got started because they never blame Jay for the crap he does.
Why would you say that, Megan? That's terrible. You know, blaming people that say they have problems when they don't. I mean, good Lord, Megan.
It's just Jay in the chat. Oh, look at the trouble you're causing again. I was just on his members only today screaming at him for being such a disaster that I keep getting blamed for all of the things that he has been doing.
JJ Bean is the devil.
And JJ Bean's just completely denying that he's done anything now. He's blaming it all on me. He's rolling with it. He's leaning in.
What we need to do, by the way, if you enjoy our content, make sure that you're subscribed, make sure that you share and tell people we're live. And if you would like to see JJ Bean as a co-host.
What?
Wait, did I say that out loud?
That's it. He's out of here. I'm not putting
it's
up with
sad
that
when you
for
can
one
add
more
yourself
second.
back and remove her.
I'm not putting up with this anymore. This is absolutely ridiculous. How dare you say such a thing to me on this stream? I will end this stream faster than you can say just Jay Hip.
What's
I've
bad
got my
is
finger
like we'll be
hovering
going
on
through,
the end
you'll
stream
leave tonight
button.
and you'll accidentally do it, and people will be like, "Oh shit, she really did it!
She really did it." Now, next time I do it, you're not going to know if it was on accident or not.
Oh Lord!
But say it again. Say it one more time. You're going to replace me with that idiot.
That's okay. Yes, if you'd like to send super chats and request that JJ Bean be
What? Did he be what?
there.
Kicked off YouTube? Okay, that's it. I've had enough of this, chat.
I like how Megan's probably still talking in the back. Oh my God. Stupid. No, between the Tourette's thing, we also had, I saw D spills the tea asking, hey, can the donor have that copy of that? Absolutely. Before I forget about it, D, I will send that to you right now. Okay. Yeah. The thing about the 6 weeks too, like, here, let's see. There's another part of that as well. Let me download, because there were two pieces of it. That was from man, I'm telling you, the worst thing that they ever stepped in the ring with was, I think, Melissa, to be honest, because she finds everything, man.
Yeah, she does. She
Oh,
finds
man,
everything. I'm also starting to wonder, well, I probably shouldn't wonder it out loud. Well, I'll just say it anyway, because I'm sure a bunch of you are wondering it too. But I swear, I am dying to know who Tizzy DeBounce is. Dying to know. Because I just feel like the information that she's got, she must have been around for a very long time.
Oh, did you
The
see,
way she
by the
can put
way?
stuff together in timelines, it's kind of amazing.
Did you see the new turnout with the mod wars? Did you see what happened with Tizzy to bounce portion?
No.
Oh my
No, no, you
god.
know you have to catch me up on all the tea. I am so
Oh
distracted by the
my god.
crap going on here in my household with the children being down and everything.
So
It's too much.
you know how the Fats came out were like, if you invite these people or anything, you're our enemies, and they spent all this time talking smack about Tizzy to bounce, right? Being on there and stuff. Okay, well, today
Did they
Mod
mean by having her in the chat?
Yes, by having her in the chat.
Just allowing her to watch the
mhm.
show.
Yeah. So Felicia
Okay,
was
wow.
banning people from their show. That's what she
Wow.
said. And she said one reason she hated Stacy was because Stacy allowed anyone in. And she was like, she would allow 30 people that would come in and attack me all the time. You know, and I was like, what? You know, what's bad is the people that would come in and ask stuff were actually old viewers of their show. They would complain about things like, hey, I haven't gotten my stuff, or hey, stop attacking me because of a quilt or an Afghan, or whatever. But
Yeah.
she said that you will ban them. She basically said, see, when she made that point too, she's not just talking to Stacy and them, she's talking to everybody else there too. You will do this or else, and the or else is funny because if you want to go that way again, I think Stacy's been smarter than that, because Lisa added 20 people to her chats at most. And Felisa is saying those 20 people were all trolls there to attack her. So I guess you shouldn't ban those people. But here she shared this today. You can see Stacy Nat at Tizzy to Bounce. And all who joined my live were very respectful. I appreciate everyone who was in that live show. Check out her vid.
Oh,
well
boy.
done. Yeah, well done. Setting the record straight. Now, this one, by the way, is, well, I'll just play it because it's not up.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one.
Yeah, well, what she's essentially saying is, I didn't go over there to start crap. I wasn't. I was just going over to make sure that Stacy, I mean, these people are put in a position where they are being attacked on a level, when Ray, when he pretends he gets bullied, that's what really happened to these people.
Yeah.
They have a small channel, and they weaponize the entire, including Ray. Ray was part of it too. He was right there in it.
God, Ray.
Yeah, she was like, well done. We may not always see eye to eye, but we can still have decent conversation and be respectful. This was proven in my chat. There's also this other point that gets lost in this mess. Stacy, Tizzy, you're talking about a case. You're not in a case. Now,
right.
I would say some of the stuff that have been mentioned by Felisa could well get you subpoenaed in a case because she's thrown you under the bus. So maybe you should clarify some stuff on what she's been throwing out there, because she's trying to work you into a lawsuit and screw you and ostracize you. But really, I mean, all of us are allowed to watch a case from afar. But let's see. Let's check out that Tizzy to Bounce thing. I just thought it was interesting because sharing that, it's thanking people, but it also is like, yeah, you're not going to tell me what to do. I love it. Yeah, there's a whole rant, man. So right when all this stuff busts off, I think it was Saturday, they went nuts over it all. And it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. So let's check out Tizzy's video. It's not very long. It's also been recommended. So, well, let's see.
You might not know the full story behind the situation between Felisa and her former mods.
Well,
let me start at the beginning.
Anytime now, StreamYard.
Public view. I made a choice.
It's not playing for me.
These private
Why is it
stream.
not playing for you? Hey, let me ask other people. Can you see this?
Yeah, other people can see it because I've got YouTube pulled up and it's working for them. It's just not now. Now I can see it.
Okay, it's just loading slow for you.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, let me.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Okay. Other
Okay,
people, yeah.
now I
It's
now I
weird.
should be
See,
able
I
to.
think some of the lags are maybe on, when you say something won't show up for you, I
Yeah,
wonder if that's StreamYard. The next time it does it, I'm going
it
to
could
ask
be.
just because I want to know, is it StreamYard? Is it me? Or is it your, that way you can lock them
I
down.
think it's StreamYard.
It may
Because
be.
I don't see it's not happening anywhere else. It's happening just in the StreamYard. So I don't know.
All right, here we go.
The full story behind the situation between Fleesa and her former mods. So let me start at the beginning. When that conflict spilled into public view, I made a choice to step quietly into Stacy's private stream. I was not there to interrogate anyone, gather information, or fuel drama. And I hope that was clear the moment I arrived.
It was.
I told them plainly that
Look, I saw the screenshots of it and everything else. Tizzy went over just to make sure that these people were, I mean, again, most people, you don't expect the drama to point your way, but you really don't expect it from somebody. Again, you saw the level of trust and adoration that the mod squad had for that. That's the ugliest thing when you get down to it. They wrote her songs of adoration.
They wrote cult songs
Yes.
for her.
I mean,
About her enlarged heart.
They play. Oh my God! So this is amazing. You want to hear a funny story real quick before?
Yes.
Okay. So
Always.
2 things. I may have bought something on Temu as a as a call out to the enlarged heart. On
Wonderful.
there, they have vases that are shaped like giant hearts.
Wonderful.
So, yes, so I may have bought a giant golden heart one, Oh, the magic heart. And in a few weeks, we too can pray at the magic heart. Won't that be amazing?
I
Be
can't
like,
wait.
oh, those amazing. Now,
Do you
I
have
heard
to bring
another-
it? Do you have to bring it chicken skins as an offering?
Yes, you must feed it chicken skins.
You bring the chicken skins to the altar of the magic heart, and you leave them there with some.
It's going to be amazing.
And instead of flowers, you bring Marlboros.
you grow Marlboro tree.
Some skull.
That's amazing. Yeah, you got to plant it in a filter. That way you decide how strong it is. You spit skull in it. And then
Sword protector.
Oh, God. I do love that song. I have to say, Mod Squad, they've handled it pretty well about that. Again, we aren't pals or anything, but I do not think that, again, if you look at that thing.
She was so rude to them, too. She wasn't even
God.
listening to it.
Remind me the next time we do a lot, we need to play that clip. Because I've got the whole clip of when that's playing and her like
just talking over it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, coughing, talking, screaming. Oh, it's amazing. But okay, so I've got another story for you. So someone that I know went to meet with a friend of theirs about something, and the friend, they were talking to them, and this person noticed that they were missing. They didn't have teeth. Right. Okay. And the person seemed a little embarrassed. So they told him a story. Now, this story was amazing. So apparently they had gone to the hospital, taken out their teeth, because they were being seen. And the hospital threw away their teeth, which is terrible. Right. So they decided, though, that instead of going to the dentist and replacing their teeth, they decided to do what any reasonable person would do. They went on Temu.
Oh, no.
And I learned
teeth?
Yeah, Temu actually does sell teeth.
Are they decent?
Apparently not. Let me say this.
For next Christmas, I'm going to get you a Temu grill. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting you Temu Platinum Grill.
I mean, they sell apparently. They sell $16 dentures. Walmart has them on that. If you look on like Walmart.com, because that stuff gets drop shipped and everything. Look, check this out. It's out there. I got really interested after that. I was like, wow, Temu sells actual dentures. That's really weird. But yeah, look, you can buy it and they do not look very good, do they?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So they bought some.
How do you fit them to your mouth?
I guess you warm them, is from what I understand.
Oh no, not the boiling ones. No.
Yeah, and then they stretch into place. But
oh boy.
So the person, they spent $16 on them. I was like, $16, that ain't gonna work. I mean, again, I'm not mocking the idea people need them, and I'm not
Sure. I
mocking
mean, it
the
would be
idea.
nice if you could get
Yeah,
$16
16
dentures.
bucks, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
But they buy $16 ones, and they were asked, like, what do you think? They were like, they were very small, like child small.
Like, no, like chiclet size.
Oh my God. I really would have liked to seen them, man. That would have been amazing. Like a little bitty tiny, like Chinese butt Timu teeth. Oh my God. But that was a heck of a revelation, because I never realized that Timu actually sells teeth.
Well, apparently not very good ones.
No,
so.
but I mean, period. Like they have some on this site that, the dental implant ones, they have those screws and stuff. They had those on there. And I was like, how exactly are you supposed to put those in?
Well, you go get the work done to get the screws, and then you just put your own Timu teeth on.
That's what I want to do. I want to go to Timu after I spend $10,000 getting set up. I'll buy me some $16 screw-in teeth.
Oh no!
Oh geez, man. I was just like, actually, the screw-in ones were like $70, but still.
Oh, no, that's a lot for Timu. That's like,
yeah.
So you're living it up if you're spending.
Oh,
we used to, with Jeff, when he used to do his Timu order, when he would, for super chats or whatever, he had to. The deal was, when he hit a certain number, he had to buy $100 worth of stuff on Timu. It was hard to hit that $100. That's how he ended up with like 100 tiny rubber ducks and 50 screaming pickles and never-ending sponges. Like, he had so much crap from Timu that poor Connor had to go through his apartment like, what the hell is all this stuff?
Maybe I need to do that. Maybe that would be fun, like a good game. Maybe
it is fun.
Jeff there.
Yeah, we should do a Timu ordering spree. It would be fun.
Oh man, just random things. Just the first
random
cool
crap.
thing to see. I did see on there one of the things I thought was really funny. They have birthday cards, and they have Buffalo Bill, from Silence of the Lambs, looking down with the dog in his hands, and it says, "It has a happy birthday, or else it gets the hose again."
Well, I made Jeff buy the Nick Cage blanket. It's
I loved that.
Just a blanket of Nick Cage's face.
I loved that thing.
Connor has it. Connor has it. And it freaks out everyone who comes over because he has it.
Because it is so bizarre. It looks like a giant potato.
He has it draped over an easy chair.
Yeah, I love that thing because it is so weird.
That would be a fun game to play, though. You can let the panel choose. You can have. I'll allow you to have just Jay on that one, and so we can decide what you have to order. I would love to see what Just Jay would tell you to order from Timu. That could be dangerous.
By the way, talking about those Timu hearts, let's see. They have them on different sites. This is what I'm talking about. I thought they were, well, if I can never get all the damn pop-ups to go away. Here we go. So check this out. This is on Sheen, but it's still the same thing. Look at these. Look, see that one right there? Wouldn't that be amazing?
Oh my gosh. When you said heart, I thought you meant like,
Oh, I mean a heart. I mean
like an actual anatomically correct.
Yeah, you can put
heart.
like stuff in its engorged freaking.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
I figure you get the gold one because it's a cult item,
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
That'll be perfect on the altar, where we will also have to deposit chicken skins and Marlboros.
Should I show people you remember that thing I showed today? You remember remember the wooden thing that I showed that was made?
Oh yeah. Well, let's do it after Tizzy. I still want to see Tizzy's video. We only got like 30 seconds into it.
Man, there's so much funny stuff.
We got derailed on Timu for some reason.
I don't know, man, but I thought, it's the heart. That's what got us there because we were talking about.
That's what it was.
Yeah, here we go.
I was not going to make a video about them. Not then, not later, not ever, out of respect, and I meant it. I will keep that promise. I will not repeat anything said in that room because that is their story to tell, not mine. And just so there is no confusion about why I am speaking now, nothing in this video comes from that private stream. I am not sharing their words, their stories, or their side of anything. I am responding only to what Fleeca chose to say publicly about me. When someone makes public accusations, especially accusations as serious as grooming or recruiting, you are allowed to correct the record without breaking anyone.
She said that Tizzy was grooming Stacy.
What?
Yes. Yes. She used that word. That's what I'm saying. Like now that
Well,
they've
what does she
gotten
mean
over
by
it,
private stream, by the way? Was it a members only or something?
it was at the time. Now it's public now, but
Oh.
at the time, the mod squad. See what was happening is I forget you weren't around for all of that.
No, I was gone.
So they
I
were
was
screaming at the same
sleeping.
time, and the Fats start like throwing a fit about it. And when they're throwing a fit about it, you know, they're sending people over there is essentially what they're trying to do, to harass. And they even complain about it because it's members only. They're complaining because people can't get in there and they can't harass them. That
Wow.
I mean, but they streamed, and they were like, she was like, they never stream at the same. I'm like, yeah, they do. They have been quite a while now. Actually, it's something I'm sure of because remember we mentioned that we thought there was a problem in Paradise over there because you know they were streaming at the same time, so many different days, and they kept denying it. You know, or well, not they, but you know, the Fats were denying it. And then suddenly all of this exploded. But yeah, she just she ended up turning the last stream, unless they've had one in the last day that I haven't noticed. They turned that stream. It was members only, but they decided since it was being talked about and it was being spun in such a negative way that they would just make it public that way.
Sure.
Because she was out there. She's like, oh, what do you need? More members? You know, just nasty shit. Like accusing them of.
Oh, you mean like them with their membership that costs $499 a month?
And that they lock stuff when they really go over the rails at, you know, right off of it.
They put
like
it behind a $500 paywall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Idiots.
Exactly. It's so crazy.
One's trust, and that is all I am doing here. And yes, the stream is public now. That was their choice, not mine. Even so, I am still not quoting it or using it for content. I am speaking only about my own actions and the accusations made about me. Their story is theirs to tell. I showed up as a human being with compassion, hoping to hear the other side of a story that had already been dragged into the public by someone else. When I left the stream, I expected the night to end quietly. Instead, I walked straight into a storm. While I was sitting in a peaceful space saying nothing inflammatory, making no accusations, and honoring the boundaries I set, Fleeca was live on her own channel, spinning a completely different story. Suddenly, Tizzy was not a listener. She was not a neutral presence. She was not someone showing compassion. She was a recruiter, a groomer, a spy, a JH operative, a threat.
Yeah, I mean,
None of that was
she just unloaded on him. She said all of those things and more. But again, it also tells the other people, if anybody tells you that you have to do things like ban all of those people to be part of something, really, how much more proof do you need that maybe you are operating like a cult?
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
Honestly, since you missed it, by the way, when we end this, I'm going to read you a statement by Stacy that I thought was very interesting from that. You know, there's
True. None of that matched my behavior. None of that matched what I said. None of that matched what I promised. Tizzy is not a recruiter or a groomer. She showed up with compassion, period. And if that somehow looked suspicious to someone who treats kindness like a foreign language, that is not my burden to carry. And of course she spun it. She always does. It is the only move she has. And that is the problem. She reacts first, thinks never, and somehow still expects everyone else to treat her version as the truth. So that is where I am leaving it. She can keep spinning, guessing, projecting, and performing for whoever still buys it. I am not playing along. I know what I did, I know what I did not do, and I am not letting her rewrite my part of the story. My story does not need her edits. And just to clear something up before anyone gets confused, I am interested in Stacy's crafting. I look forward to Flutter's sunsets, and I will be checking out some of the other Misfits channels too. That is it. That is the whole story. No conspiracy required. Tizzy out.
Yeah, I mean, apparently though, if you check out any of that stuff, it's an insane conspiracy. Because again, they have to keep their people in line. So she said some interesting stuff. Here's one that I thought you would find interesting. I forgot. Because I forget like everything you meant. So much popped off in the weekend.
By the way, I would say that Tizzy is not the only one who enjoys the crafting that Stacy does. And some of the others, I've heard from other people that they like watching the, I don't know, she's got like a 3D printer or something, not a printer, it's an engraver. or something where they're engraving things. People like to watch that. It's really not fair to be like, oh, anyone here who also watches these other channels is a spy. Some of them just want to watch the crafting.
They can watch both and make the thing. My problem, like again, with these folks is the fact, well, they talk about stuff they were doing, things like this. So, you know, so you have accusations being thrown at them, like the fact that, okay, you're going to have to really brace yourself for this one.
Okay.
The fact says that she didn't like drama. In fact, one of the first reasons she broke off from Stacy was because Stacy would bring drama to the backstage and tell her to listen to our streams and stuff. Listen to this, listen, and she'd be like, "I don't want to listen. I don't like the drama."
Oh God.
So this is what she's talking about. She's actually breaking this down. So she's like, we're back, Chad. And she's touched base on recordings. Yes, I was recording for her because there was so much of that info that she was looking into. I would just record a show and I would send it to her. I didn't pick or choose parts, bits, or whatnot. And yes, I do try and watch everyone's show. I never broke down. Now, I don't understand this. I would love a clarification because she says, right here, she says, I never broke down a show, but then she says notes. So, you know, this again, I would really love a clarification on how you don't break down something, but you took notes on it.
Right.
So I just record a show here. Pick what you need out of it. Because I'm not in this case. I'm just there. We're supporting a friend. Important for her in her cases. Basically, info gathering, I guess you could say. The one with Tug and Michelle, I told her, you really need to watch this. Now, this is interesting. This is where it gets, you know, 2L goes live telling people that that's all fake. That's all fake. Well, the problem is, according to Stacy, she didn't watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I said, I'm not relaying it properly. Then she got upset and said, well, I rely on you guys to relay to me what's said because I don't watch them. So
that's interesting.
Yeah. All the allegations that she made. Now, these are problems that the way she's talking about it. And with this makes them their allegations, the way that she's helped frame this. I'm not saying from this alone, but from the way that, 2L has been spinning it. Essentially what she's trying to do is she's trying to say, I didn't come up with those ideas. Now she said them, so she's still liable for them, but she's throwing the mods and the mod squad under the bus too. She's saying, these are your ideas, your thoughts. I never watched that stuff. Therefore,
I would actually believe that she never watches because the things that she says that we say are so far from the truth.
Yeah.
That she must be listening to some random weirdo who's just telling her what was said and then she believes it. Like, for instance, she keeps on insisting that I admitted to calling Lips' school. Like that never happened. That was never done. So whoever told her that lied or misheard something.
Oh, no.
She doesn't verify.
No, that's on her because I say she just made that up out of the thin blue.
I think
there's
she made
nothing
it up
out
too.
there, there's nobody, but ultimately what she's going to try to pull, and I hope the month like Stacy realized that she's going to say, oh, they're the ones that told me all this or misinformation. And she's going to try to throw them under the bus later on. And she's going to,
because she made the statements as statements of fact. She did it.
It doesn't matter who they come from.
It doesn't matter who told you.
You can still get pulled into, can there be some, but you could get subpoenaed and everything else the way that
deposed.
I mean, she's definitely walking them into this case. So I realize they think that they're not part of it, but she's trying to make them part of it. She's trying to throw you under the bus, man. And, she's done this to many people. I mean, that's the problem. When these people wake up, they recruited a lot of folks because at the end of the day, if they recruit folks, then maybe they could take some of that liability off themselves. You know, it's starting to look less like an oopsie and more like something they do intentionally. You know, so she said that she relies on them. She doesn't watch them. I just grab them and I throw them into a file. I thought she was watching some of them guys. I didn't know she wasn't watching this stuff. She was just relying on our notes. Like, again, how are you not breaking things down, but you're making notes? I don't understand that. I would really like a description. And again, you know, Stacy is welcome to watch any show she wants. You know, nothing's a secret. My God, you know.
Right. You're welcome to take notes on it too. I'm just kind of curious as to what kind of notes.
Yeah, I would love to. I'd love to have some of those breakdowns. I'd really like to look through them because I think it'd be fun to. I think it'd be fun to see.
Well, I really do wonder what they think now. Like, what do these mods who now she's turned on, are they starting to question what they believed was true? Are they starting to question now that maybe everything Lisa told you and everything you believed was a lie? Because that is what happened. Everything you believed was a lie. Are we really the worst people on earth? And if we're not, because Lisa lies about everything, then maybe what we've been saying about what Lynette and John have been doing is illegal and bad and wrong, and they're going to go down for it. Maybe have you come to that conclusion yet?
It's just strange because, yeah, I mean, they've made all of this. It's weird because they turned this entire case into something about them. And I understand why, because it was very lucrative for them for a while, you know, very lucrative. It's still much better than any other thing that they would be doing, I'm sure. You know,
working at Walmart or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be better than all of that. So, of course, they're going to link on to it. But for them to, I mean, they've got groups of people that just go in and record. And don't, like I said, do I go through transcripts? Yes. But as you'll notice, I go through the transcript. You know?
Yeah, we read the transcripts. We don't rely on anybody's notes. We take our own notes on the transcripts.
Yep. I go through them, and Maggie, so I mean, I have a device I walk around with making little column notes on it, checking them all out just because. But, well, I'm not here just to relay notes to you. This is what she said here. You know, that's not what I didn't think that's what we were doing, you know? And hey, what's up, kiddo? What's up? What's up? You scared me for a minute there. She moved in like a little ninja, you know?
She's been going to the dojo.
Yeah. Have you been learning the karate? Is that what it is?
I've been learning karate.
I know, but have you been going to Dad's dojo? I'll just show her a picture. She's doing karate. Look at this. Look at that, man. Yeah, isn't that amazing? Look at that. Look how good Dad is.
Those high kicks.
Look at Dad kicking. Yeah. I wish Dad. Do you think I could do that for real?
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
You think I'm a little too fat for that?
Maybe you can do it, maybe not.
Maybe not. I'd probably fall over like a teeter-totter. But I'm stuck. Yeah.
I would help you if you do.
Oh, you will? Well, that would be very nice to do. So you would help me off the ground if I got stuck?
Yes, you need to try.
No, I need to try. I don't think I do need to try.
You know.
Would you laugh at me when I fell on the ground?
No.
You wouldn't?
Oh.
What if I laughed at me? You know?
She's so cute.
I would just stop saying, stop laughing.
Okay.
At yourself.
Oh, stop laughing at myself. Okay. Here, give me a hug. You're that's charged up, by the way. It's right over there. I put it over there for you. Should be charged up, yeah? Check it. They charge for you? 100. Yeah, that's 100%. All right, take it with you. You can go play with it. You've been great today. Thank you, kiddo.
You know that brain rot?
Yes, I know. You know that brain rot? Oh, yes, I'm very familiar with the brain rot.
That shell brain rot?
Yeah.
Someone stole a diamond one for me in the game.
No.
Those are really well.
Oh my goodness. Well, here, go have fun. Oh my Lord. Brain rot has become a word that even the little ones know now. My goodness.
Yes, I'm
Funny.
trying to get out of my mind.
You're trying to get it out of your mind? Well, go have fun. Wash that out of your brain, okay?
I'm trying.
Yep.
I'm trying.
Trying.
But everywhere I check on my phone.
Yeah, it's everywhere. You gotta watch out for it. Well, at least you know it's there. You know it's not good. So
And on my TV. It's
Yep.
everywhere.
I know it's everywhere. Love you.
Love you too.
Shut my door. She's so funny. That brain rot is everywhere. Yeah.
So
I'm like,
cute.
I agree.
Her little
Right.
southern accent's coming out too. It's
Yeah,
cute.
yeah, you hear it
Yeah.
really heavily sometimes, you know. It's cute when it
It's
comes out.
so cute.
Yeah. I see. So it's, I mean, all this mod, so the mod, like it's just like the Shara stuff. The mods know a lot. They know a lot. And this person has turned on you. And again, they're telling other people not to go to your channel. They're telling you, you know, they're hurting your business because part of your business is selling things more, and they're not walking away from you. They're trying to burn you down. So the mods, they should wake up and really, I think, take stock in what's happening to them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, at a certain point. It's not going to stop. Let's just say that. It will
Nope.
never stop. And at a certain point, she's going to cross a line. And I mean, she's already, again, accused Tizzy of grooming, which is gross. But that denotes something about you too. And you remember, if she can use something against you, she knows stuff about you guys. You know, stuff that you probably think is very innocent. But it will be weaponized. So, you know, might want to step out in front of that one.
Yeah, I hope she doesn't know any of your real names and where you live, because the doxing will be next.
Oh, you know, with the phone and stuff, I bet you money she knows there. You know, I bet she knows that. And I'm sure.
And when that happens, because it will happen, she will do it. I would like those of you who get doxed to think back to when it happened to me.
Right.
And to ask yourselves if maybe you made the wrong decision by not taking a stand at that moment and saying, you know, that really was not okay. Because now, you know, because it's going to happen to you, not by me, definitely not by me, but by her. She is the queen doxer. She will do it.
Well, and it's more than that, too. They have people that will make, again, the prawn about you and all kinds of other horrible things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
Although I've noticed that some of their little for hire harassers have been awfully quiet. Like Volmet, for instance. I don't think we've heard a peep from him since Ricada tore into him.
Did you notice how amazing I am in that picture, by the way? Look, I grow an extra leg. Look.
I did notice that. Yes.
That's amazing. That's actually we teach that at
leg.
It is. It is. I mean, good Lord. No matter what you say about the rest of it, if it has a foot on the end of it, you have a problem.
I did notice that was I love AI. AI is notoriously, you know, you
that
can
is one of
rely
these
on
skills
AI
we
to be
teach at
weird.
Aho Dojo.
How to grow a third leg.
Growing that third kicking leg.
So you can keep both feet on the ground while you kick somebody in the face.
Yep. It's amazing. It is amazing. God. And also we teach you other moves like how to deflect the chicken skins. You know, you got to knock them out of the air as they're flying in at you like throwing stars. Scary stuff, man. It may sound like a joke, but you know, it's all fun and games until you lose an eye to a chicken skin. Let me see. I gotta pull up that. It'd be terrible, wouldn't it? You go to the hospital. What happened? Well, I stepped between a fatty and her chicken box. Oh my God, that would be terrible. I'm pulling up the transcript stuff. I thought like a bunch of this bench stuff was just, I don't know, kind of amazing. Let me see. They're talking about, first they try to talk about our, the hand bench. Now they're trying to walk back the statements about it being found.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah, they're trying to walk back some of that while putting it out there. It's kind of it's kind of interesting to watch them, when they're trying to do that too. Which one is the right? Oh, that's Sunday. Yeah, so on Sunday, I'm gonna mention this one, so I don't have to pull up the whole transcript just to throw this in there, right? They said, so there was a bench product. He says that the hand bench I claimed was found in a storage unit. But then George turns around and says, well, she read the chat, blah, blah, blah. So George knows exactly who said it. The hand bench was found in a store. His storage, and he denies it. Okay, so he's saying that the hand thing was never found years ago, and to find in a video, he probably deleted, but the people who have watched the videos are the ones who say it. It's not vetted. I did not.
Oh my God.
I did not.
Oh my God. The person who says that no one else vets their shit doesn't vet her shit?
She's blaming it on the people out there now. I didn't say that that happened with certainty. You very much did,
Yes, she
you
did.
idiots.
She said we didn't pay anything for it. He found it, and that was that. That's what she said.
Yep, which is funny because the main insult in that is the fact that it would be the same price as what she paid for hers. I was like, wait a minute. You got a problem with people paying nothing? Well, about that.
Yeah, right.
So there's let's see, let's pull up transcript wise. They were talking about how what's funny about this transcript is it starts becoming about guys, they're trying to say that I flew to China.
Oh my God, that is so insane. No one. So when we say you got something from China, absolutely no one thinks you got on a plane and went there.
Look at that.
Come on.
But I did not go to China to order a bench. Why would
shit.
we do that? What?
You wouldn't, and no one would have ever said that.
What?
That's ridiculous.
Oh my God. Chicken skins. Oh Lord. Yeah, they went right over to China. They would just shopping for those deals, right? That's what I do. I go to Lowe's, Ace Hardware in China.
In China. Yeah, she went to Hong Kong.
Oh my God. It's so dumb though.
She's now going to someone in chat's going to tell her that I said she went to Hong Kong, and she's going to report that.
She'd report it anyway because, well, judging from other comments they have, I don't think they like, let's say people that are different from them. That's the best way to say it, in a nice way,
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird. The bench is made overseas in China and then sent here. That's what happened. So they bought some cheap piece of garbage bench, they're telling you, and sit here. Now, this does not make sense, by the way. They were talking about this in transcripts. You can go to the store. We looked at all kinds of benching options. We were talking about everything that was there. Let me clear my throat. Good. And if you look, there are benches out there, and they're a couple $100. You can buy something. That's why if they show a picture of a bench, that's why they're walking back the cost thing, because what I believe will happen as they know now that there are police reports, they don't want to come off money, but what they're going to do is they're going to buy some cheap piece of garbage bench when things get really desperate, and they're going to call the rest of the money landscape.
Yep.
That's exactly what they're going to do, and it's going to be pretty offensive. But they're like, if you pay attention, I don't care what the freaking transcript they're reading. If you pay attention, you can't pay attention to her actual words. That's what I love. This flip out. The reason that they've been saying that transcript read. Oh, you did hear that, right? Or was that this weekend when they said? I can't remember. You did hear that they said that reading transcripts in clipping anything, not just clipping, by the way, like them speaking or video, but also taking screenshots of what people are
Yeah, they're
saying.
idiots.
Yeah, all of that's illegal.
They're so crazy. Who believes this? Does anyone actually believe this crap that they're saying?
That you can't. I mean, honestly, the kicker with things is, again, they false flag. That's why Rumble gets used. That's why transcripts get used, because you can't flag a transcript. But
yeah, normally we would, when we talk about other channels that don't act like this, we would normally just play the clip. It's a lot easier than having to download a transcript, go through the but they are so awful with the false flagging. They'll cause you a week being down.
Yeah.
Even though you win in the end, it still will screw with your revenue. So it's not worth
screws
it.
with the algo too. So
yeah,
it's just not worth it.
Right.
And they're lucky that doesn't go two ways. Like I said, they're always like, people trying to take us down. No, I've had many a conversation with Megan about that. I've been like, I don't want them going away. They're the dumbest thing on the internet right now.
Well, to be fair, if they went anywhere, Just Jay wouldn't have a show anymore, and that would be just terrible.
Jay would.
Hey,
cry.
Wait a minute.
Jay would cry.
Oh, he would cry. It's his favorite show.
Yeah,
it's his favorite thing.
You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, wait a minute.
I don't know. That'd make him really desperate for a co-hosting gig, I bet.
Hey. Stop insinuating that. It's getting not funny. It's starting to not be funny.
Oh, here, let me AI create a tissue for you, Megan. Hey, I could get it in gray. Man,
complex.
Let me see. ChatGPT here.
My co-host.
Can you make me a picture?
Replace me. Dear ChatGPT, my co-host keeps saying he's going to replace me with an idiot.
Tears. Make it fancy. Look, I'm making it fancy because only the best for you, Megan.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks.
Yeah. When you're not spending any, why not go all out, right? Oh my God. We've been on a roll for the last few days. It's been funny. Like since you've been back, last night was a lot of fun.
I missed you. I've been gone a long time.
I
feel like last week was nuts. We both had the weird day where you fell into a table and I thought I was having a heart attack.
Oh my God. That was not fun.
Yeah, I only streamed once last week. So
it's weird when
this is fun.
It's weird when you're away too. That's actually pretty fancy.
Are you saying you can't live without me? That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yeah, it's boring without you around. I joke about the pear head, but I'd be bored if you weren't around.
Ha ha! Take that,
and I don't
Jay.
have anybody to influence with all my evil.
That's right. You don't have anybody to do your evil bidding then, because Jay doesn't ever do anything. You know how he is.
Oh, check this out.
So innocent, so sweet. He never does anything.
Oh,
And there he is. There he is. I see you. I see you in the chat. Angelic Halo wearing co-host. I don't think so.
You got bad tug and you got worst leg warmer kidnapping cuck. Like he's got the leg warmers. He's hiding a breadstick behind his back somewhere, but he's like, This one's not happy because he knows this one's got the upper hand. He's like, ugh. And she's like, I'm gonna have to go with the worst one. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I need those leg warmers.
Worst hug always wins.
Yep.
Chat, stop saying JJ Bean is adorable. That is not allowed here. That is blasphemy. You will be muted from chat if you continue to say that man is adorable.
He is a problem. He says those words that need not be spoken way too much.
He is a problem. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
His mods had to mute him multiple times today.
That's why, of course he gets on his rants. It's funny. He sends me some of the most random freaking messages.
I know.
So weird.
I like it when he texts me, "You're going to jail."
Yeah, he's like, "I've destroyed your life." Yeah, I'm like, really? What did you do today?
It tells me your YouTube empire is crumbling and
Yeah,
you
he's
are
told me
going
that
to
before,
jail.
too. Oh God, I forgot to show off that certain thing. Remember the picture I showed? That you'll remember.
Picture? What picture?
Okay, so Mr. Coop has been working on something.
Oh, right. We're
And
back
I had to
that
make
now.
sure before I showed this off today, I had to make sure that my joke would land right because people have humor, but at the same time, I mean, the joke there is, there's been a terrible human being involved in the joke too.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure. I was like, if it lands wrong, don't blame Mr. Coop, blame me because I can't help myself. Like I have an impulse control issue. If I have a funny thought, I do it, and yeah. So Mr. Coop was like, yeah, I'll do this. So buckle up, folks. Check this out. Here's the plaque.
Again, this would be worse Tug influencing others to do his evil deeds.
I wanted a plaque for it. I mean, building a treehouse is way too much money.
Right, but you can just nail this to a random tree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going to be part of the memorial to the treehouse.
I love
that
it.
Never was.
The treehouse that never was.
It's beautiful too. Look at that.
What happened to that psycho, by the way? Did she quit streaming? I haven't heard anything from her
I
in a
haven't
while.
looked. Like that's the
or did she? Did I just get so bored with her that I quit looking?
Bored, so I just stopped watching.
I heard that they may have been giving marriage advice the other day, and that made me LOL.
Really? Is the marriage advice like, hey, falsely accuse your significant other if you get mad?
Is the marriage advice sext some random YouTuber when your husband's not looking?
I can't understand for the life of me the setup. They went back and they were like, we all plotted this together. We did it. And I was like, okay, well, the guy you're setting with.
Work?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, the guy's your husband,
win?
Which is weird, but he's also your lawyer, right?
Yeah.
Your lawyer that you're in divorce proceedings with, by the way. So how can you actually have him represent you? How can you say that he is a non-biased source?
I don't know. That is a question for the court, I think.
Yeah.
That is going to have to come up. But also, the idea of them giving marriage advice is just so funny to me. I don't even like how many divorce proceedings are they involved in with each other?
I swear. I'm like, my Lord, man. It's just
I don't want to take marriage advice from people who are in the process of getting divorced for the third time.
That's what I ain't giving anybody, but man, weird life stuff comes up. I sure ain't going to be like, oh, yep, here, let me give you some relationship advice today.
And I have a feeling that the entirety of her relationship advice is wear booty shorts around the house.
Always keep a kennel. I mean, one of the things I didn't get either. So they keep saying that everything's good, and they just did that. For court, that stuff's going on still. Isn't that a bad thing to say when you are in the middle of a court proceeding that your divorce is a sham?
I love it. I think that these two are going to piss off the judges in their area so hard. It's going to be so much fun to watch.
It's wild stuff, man. But I haven't after, when they go with the worst things that you can allege and just start spinning this insane yarn. After that, it's like, man, they can't go there's nothing worse that they can really claim, because SA, I mean, when they claim that and all the other stuff, it's just like, really, and people want to tune into that. It's craziness.
No one wants it. No one's tuning in. No one's watching. I don't even know if she's still streaming because she's that boring. I can't watch it.
I really do hope, though, that monetization happens because, again, they have a smaller and smaller pool to pull from. And what they're going to find out when they get monetized is that streams you're not that, with them, if they're lucky, they'll pull 1,000 views, right? Well, that's not a lot of money. That's not a lot of money at all, from ad revenue. What they need to make revenue from are super chatters. And unfortunately for them, if they're pulling money from super chatters, well, it's taken from the shrinking. And I would say that, I said it majorly. I mean, you look at how many people they've lost recently in the ecosystem. Like how many people do they have that are willing to super chat? And that's going to cause issues. They're going to be looking for primetime real estate, taking money. And on top of that, you mentioned earlier, you notice how we haven't been hearing from certain people lately?
Yeah, they can't afford those people anymore, I would guess.
I'm wondering, I mean, they've been pretty quiet lately.
Pretty quiet. We haven't heard from Vomit since December 28th, I think, somewhere around then.
Well, I mean,
it's almost been a full month.
I think walking yourself into a lawsuit for free is pretty stupid. I mean, stalking yourself in for pay is stupid too, but free, that's a special stupid.
That's a special, but no one ever said he wasn't a special kind of stupid.
Right. So the bench thing, though, they're like, hey, we got to transcript. I don't care about the transcripts. I did not go to China to order a bench.
Oh God.
Why would we do that? Who said that? Nobody said that.
Nobody said that.
Nobody said that. That's the process. I was telling them the process when I first calling about it. I was telling them the process. For some reason, he's trying to make people think that the bench is in China. And I'm like, the guy's a freaking idiot.
She loves to say that. The guy's a freaking idiot.
You're an idiot. And to talk about... I talk about peewees, let's say, too. Yeah. Oh, did you know the Loofamobile has its own here? I noticed this, by the way. This is random here too, but I noticed this on a random YouTube short. Look here. There is the Loofamobile itself. Ask about our loofah parties.
Yep. Remember I showed those. Yep.
Yeah. And look, there's all the colors like really spelled out. Remember when they were telling people this was all just a joke?
It's just a joke, folks. It's just a joke.
Yeah.
But they had an entire website created.
And
we drive around the villages telling people, ask us about our parties.
It had its own YouTube and everything too.
Yep. And Facebook page.
For those who specifically love the male anatomy, especially playing with his peewee. Gross.
Oh, gross. What color is that?
That is red too. Oh, why red? That sounds like awful. What a mix. Like that's
Oh no.
God, that's all gross. Aggressive and likes it rough. Oh, these are even worse. These colors are worse than the list we found before.
Oh, God, they are. You're right.
Oh my God, I didn't even read. I just clipped it. Oh, holy moly, man. Ugh, yuck. Yuck. Excuse me. Can you take a minute?
I need to go take a shower. I need to go shower.
Where's that blowtorch? I still have that lighter, right? What does brown mean? Gross.
Oh, yuck. Don't ask, chat. Don't ask. Remember, never ask questions you don't want the answers to.
I think that's about the afterword. Gross.
Ew.
Also, something else was noted that I thought was interesting. So I know we're around the bench stuff, but I'm looking at all these screenshots that are sitting here. I'm like, hey, this one needs to come up too. So here's a wonderful. Well, now maybe people will take notice how 2L twists things to be the victim. She lied about the quilt I sent, saying it's not the one shown on D Spills the Tea. I never received stuff I paid for from Kendra, and now she's claiming that this person she keeps throwing this name out, and I are the same person. Now what she's doing is saying that the quilt person and the Afghan person are the exact same person, and they're not. You're talking about two different people.
I didn't know there was a quilt and an Afghan.
Oh yeah, apparently.
I'm really behind because I didn't even.
This person wrote, and they've been in contact. I would love, by the way, if they hear this, I would absolutely love to see you do an interview with, again, like maybe with D Spills the Tea, and really talk about what was there. I think compiling all of these and making them a series would be amazing. If you put them all, you get people to talk about why they were there, some of the statements, because remember, the reputational damage thing is that interview that she did where they were talking about the memorial, it was more than the memorial. It was talking about how it was fundraised. It discusses the reputational damage that 2L was involved in, and God, that stuff is very much court worthy. But she says this person, and which she knows is a lie. She has my name and address. She knows we're different people, but her game has always been tell only one side of the story because drama is what sells her channel. It's more than that too. She can't get more stuff if people see her as a scammer. So she has to constantly deflect. It's like a pyramid scheme in a lot of ways, They're always, but they're not paying anyone back. The pyramid scheme is more about shifting focus and blame to the, you gotta feed people excuses because you're not going to feed any donor or anyone else anything else. But it does remind me of a strange pyramid scheme in its own way.
It does. It's very bizarre.
It's weird that there's always going to be some people that a lot of them, I think, can't admit what happened because that would mean that they were victimized, ultimately. And that's a problem for a bunch of people out there, admitting that somebody got one over on you. And some people will go to the point where they make threats or anything. I'm going to talk about that Thursday. I've got a few more clips I need to pull, by the way. I thought about
it's interesting that you've brought that up because in the Laura Owens case, one of the reasons why I think that Laura got away with what she did for so long to so many victims is because there was a lot of shame involved. The men involved felt very ashamed that they were tricked by her, that they believed her claims of, fake pregnancy and whatnot. And they didn't want to come forward because it was embarrassing.
They sell people the idea of friendship. See, that's I think that's a powerful thing too. Whether it's an Only Me or whether it's the Mod Squad, they tell these people they belong to something, and that brought them back. Like when you see these people, returning, even when they, like the Only Me, when he returned to the mess, absolutely no. Why would he return? Because he felt like he's a part of something. It's pulled back in.
Yeah, and he seems like a lonely guy. Like, let's be honest. I don't know why else you would be hanging out with Guano. Have you watched that show? It is unwatchable.
I hate it for people because some people assume that there's, I don't know, a friendship, power dynamic. I don't know. I don't actually know what went on in that. I do know that I wash my hands totally of that person. I have nothing for them. If the next time when they pile on, and they said some pretty gross things again, by the way, about their gigantic ex-donor. But I wash my hands of freaking. If they want to be scammed, they want to do anything about it. You can't make a person report them. Yeah. You can't make them fill out a police report. You can't walk them into it. I set the stage for them. But again, we'll talk about that more with Thursday, I think, because I want to make sure that I pull certain items. There's a live stream that happened in May. I mentioned, and after being threatened with litigation, I thought, I should go back and clip the portions where a person comes into my stream and tells people, and my business that everything was audited and they felt comfortable with where everything went, because that is attempted reputational damage is what that is. You know, I mean, what else could it be? And it went on for weeks and weeks until, you know, until finally she attacked so nastily yet again. You know, in one of those streams, I think it's mentioned 75 times as only me or by name, 75 times. Then I get contact with this person's disgusting. But people think when they contact us to cover something that we're obligated to cover it from their narrow point of view, the way that they perceive themselves, or else they can threaten us. And that's not how it works. You know? You can't, you know, and can a person sue? Oh, absolutely. They can if they want to. But there are very few people that you could take something from, you know, in this mess. And, you know, I have the right to an opinion. And I do think it's interesting being threatened by a person that I'm one of a handful of people that actually pointed out that there was fraud. You know, and not going after the people that are fraudulent. But
it's amazing that he'd want to go after someone who told him he was getting robbed and not the people who robbed him.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Well, I think sometimes it's also to shut people up. You know, I wonder at this point why we're not having reports. I know he said, well, I don't have proof. Yes, you do. You have proof. The only proof you need is 15 months of nothing. That's all you need. Because it's the same thing with that whole story with the Whitakers that is going on right now. You know, you have to have enough people make enough noise, and eventually people look into it. But I mean, you're talking about a substantial amount of money, you know, and I hate it because, again, you know, every day that it ticks on is another day where more people.
Oh, you know what you didn't hear?
What's that?
You didn't hear Ray. Oh God, this is funny. You didn't hear Ray tell the audience that if that person, you know, he's finally mad enough to do it, he can take anybody down because he can pay for it. He can pay to do it.
Oh, Ray, the guy who said he wasn't a man? Like Ray said that only me was
now
not
he's
a man.
pinning all of his hopes on the guy that he badmouthed for all this time. And he thinks that because he has money, he can buy us somehow. He can make everything stop on a dime because he can pay it. He can pay the money for it. And he's all excited about it. It was the craziest, creepiest, weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Well, this is the guy. Like I said, he spent months. First, he told them not to give money back. He was like, this guy doesn't deserve it. He's a piece of garbage. You know, he is the monster, not the people who took the money. This guy is the monster. And I mean, Ray made that very clear. He went into every live stream talking shit about this dude. And then he did his own live streams. He did his own one saying that, that this guy, he is not a man. You know, that's what he kept saying. He is not a man. And I thought, are you kidding me? Because again, I don't have to like that guy to realize, like, again, he did a lot for a bunch of them. You know, he propped up, he paid for their lives for them to live for a while. So the way that they repaid that, I would piss me off enough. If I had enough disposable income, I would destroy those assholes for it. I would, you know. It amazed me. Like I said, filled in threats. I wrote back. I told him I was disappointed in him. Honestly, I am. I'm disappointed in the fact that, you know, again, he doesn't have to do what I want, or I mean, obviously, you know, he doesn't answer to me in any way. But I was under the impression that he wanted to take those people down because of what they did to him. So I set up me, yes, you know, with again, Lynette Preston has an intermediary approach me. And when she approaches me, she gets put, you know, she's in contact with the police. She'd already contacted the police before, but she's gung-ho about putting these people in jail. And they told her specifically they need some kind of statement from him. And he wouldn't give it. It was
He won't
silent
give it.
until the threats come in. Every now and then when I'll be talking about something, I get a random threat about something or another. This is wrong, but I can't get anything for, any police.
That's so
report.
weird. I don't know what his problem is, but
I'd want to take people down that did that. I mean, again, I'd also want to, I'd be invested in the fact that they went out and they targeted a child through all of that. And I wanted to help that kid. I would be very irritated about they sold this idea.
well, apparently he doesn't care that a kid stayed in a shed for all that time after he gave all that money. And now still lives in an RV.
I don't know. I don't know. I think there's concern there for sure, but I think that there's something, for some reason, he will not talk to the police. And I don't understand that hurdle, personally.
I have a theory.
Yeah, well, I have a couple of theories, but I can't,
I'm not going into them now, but I have a theory.
Yeah. I mean, what ultimately there was a lawsuit. What it would do, first of all, I would definitely sue for attempted reputational damage. For again, when somebody comes in and they say things like, "I had this person audited, and I feel comfortable where the money went," because it wasn't just him. It brought the Fats and all these people. And they live streamed about liars. Front. It's like, dude, you've spent months saying these people are liars. But now you're doing it. And I think he did it because of his pal. He was trying to shield his pal, but they kept going. They never stopped. Maybe he thought it would stop them too. Who knows? But they never stopped. They always attacked. And his reputation has to be worth something to him. But, again, I will not. I don't give a shit if he comes in and drops the biggest truth bomb ever. Somebody wants to threaten me with litigation repeatedly. Fuck them. Go after the people that scammed you. You begged me to help you.
It's totally ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous to try to say, I'm going to go after the person who told me about the scam instead of the scammers.
You ask me to cover this. You can't ask me and then unask me. And you can't dictate the terms of how I do it.
There's a lot of those in this case. Bruce is like that.
Yeah.
Bruce gets butthurt when you won't cover something the way he wants it covered. It's like, are you new? Do you know how any organization works? Like any journalist works? Like, come on. Everyone's allowed their own opinion. You don't get to dictate who says what.
Well, what I wish is all these people.
What does he think this is?
I wish all these people would communicate on some level. Like, all the people that have been wronged, because there are a lot of people that were mad about, again, there's misuse of funding. You could go with that $6,000 is a big one, the $6,000 bankruptcy thing that John Cook, by the way, pinned on Bruce. I thought that was really funny. Back when I've seen people repost certain things, and one of them was John Cook being like, "Oh, got to thank Bruce because he came up with this idea," So,
you know what I just thought of? It's just kind of interesting. Bruce is always, and all these people on that side, they're always saying that we do everything for money.
Mm-hmm.
And yet we think they hired a couple of people to write stories in their favor, right? So they know they can buy that kind of coverage.
Yeah.
Why didn't they ever offer us any money? I feel like, well, if you could have at least tried.
Actually, that's a huge flaw in their story, isn't it? Because
if they're
for sale, then they could have just bought us.
They could have just bought us. Why didn't they ever try? I never thought of that until just now.
That's
but they never,
point.
They never gave me the opportunity to say I would do it for money. Yet they say that's all I do it for is money. There's an easy way to prove that. You could have tried to hire me.
Yeah, but of course they know that's not reality.
Yeah, see, this is proof that they know that's not true.
Well, on top of that too, if people look at what's more lucrative, what would be more lucrative? Like again, the way that they approached this story as antis, you can see them make a lot of money, but it was just one person making a lot of money off of bullshit. Like if you had a large channel step up, if Hales had done something wrong and this was all true, it would be much more lucrative to take him down than to stand up with him. just to be honest, because
Oh yeah.
you know, so for him to, you know, for them to say that this is a money racket is totally stupid, you know, because they don't, a lot of people, when they hear that, they don't understand how YouTube and other things work either. You know, destroying something sells a lot better than defending something. And especially like a giant YouTuber. There are always people that, unfortunately, you know, they like watching people fall.
Mhm.
Here's
Yeah, it's a
the,
lot easier to go after a big guy because it brings a lot more eyeballs. People like that headline, you know.
Let me pull up another screenshot too here. So,
But I'm now feeling very offended that they never offered to pay me. I am. I'm
no,
very
actually,
offended.
I don't know. I think you should take it as more of a compliment because they understand that you're not for sale.
They must know I'm not for sale because they
Mhm.
never tried. And I'm sure that they paid that Volmit character something.
Oh, well, you saw the cover.
The fundraiser.
Yeah. And they, you know, one of the telling things was they made over $1,000 off site. You know, it wasn't just people donating where, you know, it had transparency. It was over $1,000 in offsite donation.
Yeah, I feel very slighted. How dare they not attempt to pay me off? Really?
I'm
If
sad.
I'm such a bad person, why the heck didn't they ask me?
I'm sad because, you know, none of those Hales checks ever come. You know, they talk about
I know.
They keep
He
telling
never
me there's
pays.
one, you know? And I mean,
And I tried to use my Hales bucks at Walmart the other day, and it was a no-go.
Yeah.
They laughed at me.
I know. I was like, man,
Damn. I
isn't
was like,
this how it
Jeremy
works?
told me
Yeah.
this would work.
Yeah, I just go in, I'd be like, this is on Jeremy Hales. And they're supposed to be like, yeah, that's how it
He's
works,
got an
right?
account. He's got an account
Well-
here. He said I could just put my name on it.
They say he owns everything, you know, the police and everyone else.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the cops, everything.
So they're talking about, you know, with discussions though, if you notice there are certain items that stick out because they keep talking about how money, it's not going to be $4,000. So again, this is their new grift here. It's not just going to be a bench, guys. Landscape and everything, installation. So if there's $4,000 in cost and they end up popping up some shitty little bench, where do you think the money went? It's another way. And I
don't know. Up Gabe's nose? Maybe.
Well, donors could definitely have a freaking fit about it.
Mhm.
They said straight up, well, they had a little section where they're throwing a fit about Jeremy talking about it, and they throw fits about Miyagi. God, they hate Miyagi. Miyagi, they really hate you.
It's because Miyagi's so funny.
Yeah. And Miyagi has been around for a while. You know, Miyagi, again, was a person that knows about things like the banners. It took me a minute. I was like, what are the yeah, because they bought one, you know.
Yep.
And they know about how you question these people. They will threaten you and threaten to burn your life down too. But here's the stuff about with Jeremy and the ugly mutt. That's for their Miyagi shot. Jeremy was back to posting though, or was it? Yeah, all about me. And of course, that's what I was talking about earlier, the China thing. I'm like, oh my God, you idiot. I wonder how many times they use the word idiot. Remind me, I'll look that up.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not China. I didn't go to China to order it either. Again, I didn't go to China. There it is again. I didn't go to China.
Oh my God. Do the people in the chat buy this? That anyone thought she went to China?
Jeez, man. Amy, well, maybe she should have gone with that because she could have written that money off as part of the cost, maybe. I'm not sure.
Well, that's true. She could have expensed it. Mhm.
Yeah. You could have said that was part of the cost. You know, you got $200 in bench and $3,800 in cost of
Airfare and hotel.
Yep. And chicken skins, you know, whatever they call them in China. You know, oh, I wonder how you say it. Let me see. How do you say chicken skin in Chinese? Let me see. How do you say chicken skin in Chinese?
That's probably a Chinese delicacy. It's probably
Maybe.
a known thing.
It could be. How in the world?
Well, you're going to have to ask Google Translate to pronounce it for you.
Yeah,
I would love to hear you try, though, in your Tennessee accent.
Oh, Lord. It might sound like some racist thing or something. I've seen some.
Well.
It actually looks like it looks like JIPI. Jippy is what it looks like to me, which it doesn't sound like that.
That can't be right.
No, of course not. Here it is. Let's see what it says. Let me see. I'm going to turn on the
chicken skin.
No, not chicken skin. I want the other word. Stupid thing.
Not the English.
Well, what's bad is it's like English detected, chicken skin. It gives me the Chinese. I'm like, okay, we'll translate it. Chicken skin. No.
No.
Wrong word. Let's see. Oh, here it is. There we go. How in the world do you get that sound from JIPI?
Cheapy.
I'm just like, how in the world? I have no idea how to announce
Chinese
anything.
is so hard. I took my daughter to Chinese when she was really little. Like they have these Chinese for toddlers classes, and she went for a little while, and they were teaching them colors. I remember Hongsu, Hongza, which is like red or purple or something. But the thing is that a lot of words sound the same to the American ear, but there is just a slight difference in the way you put the emphasis on a sound, and it can be two totally different words but sound almost exactly the same. It's crazy. Hard language. And everyone says English is the hardest language. Yeah, try Cantonese.
I'm trying to see if I figured out something. I think I broke the code just now. So the positive test, for the snow, it was the chicken skins. That's what it is. So I asked ChatGPT to tell me a story about how that could happen. So let's see what it says. He swore it was the chicken skins, not the chicken, not the meal, the dinner, the skins. Carefully separated, lovingly stacked in greasy poker chips, eaten with the kind of reverence usually reserved for communion wafers, or the last slice of pizza no one else claimed. I don't even like the cocaine, he said, sweating under the fluorescent lights, holding a plastic cup like it's contaminated his immortal soul. I like poultry, crispy poultry. That's science. Man, this does sound like somebody I've heard about, actually. It sounds right. This sounds like, yeah, maybe you could. Let me ask ChatGPT. Could I seriously failed for by eating chicken skins? Let's see. I didn't load it in there good. Let me make sure. So let's see what it says
Welcome
about
to the AI portion of the show. Your host will be with you momentarily.
Short
Waiting
answer.
on AI translation.
Short answer, no. Long answer, also no, but with more poultry. Can chicken skins make you fail a cocaine test? No, not even if the chicken was extra crispy, the oil was mysteriously aggressive, the seasoning had a backstory.
But what if the chicken was doing cocaine?
Yeah, let me ask it that. What if the chicken?
You never know these chickens these days.
Cocaine?
They're wild.
They get up to some crazy business. Let's see what it said.
It's wild in the hen house.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It's like, still no. Even if the chicken was absolutely tweaking. Let's walk through a scenario. So the scenario, the chicken is on cocaine.
Even if the chicken was tweaking.
Yeah, it's like the chicken. So imagine it. The chicken's pacing the coop, talking real fast, clucking fast, starting 3 businesses and finishing none, telling the other chickens they're sleeping on an opportunity. Cool, iconic behavior, but it's still irrelevant. Why would it matter? Because cocaine doesn't work like a ghost possession that transfers through vibes and grease.
A ghost possession.
That's awesome. For you to test positive, you must ingest it or the leafy substance. Your body must metabolize. Your liver must produce a certain chemical, and that metabolite must be there. The chicken being high does none of that, even if the chicken personally snorted a rail. If the chicken hit the rail off of your arm, the chicken did a TED talk talking about productivity while doing so. And the chicken looked you in the eye and said, "Hey, bud, trust me."
That's so funny.
Oh, this is good. Oh, man. So now it does give a few warnings, though. It is, while it can't do that, a cocaine addicted chicken really could ruin Thanksgiving, start a podcast, sell cryptocurrency, get canceled,
Sell crystals,
sell peen rocks,
do crappy landscaping.
Oh yeah. Never hire a cocaine addicted chicken to do landscaping.
Yeah, that's probably a bad idea.
Yep. Sounds like a bad idea after I hear it.
For
I
sure.
don't know what got me off on that one. But oh yeah, it was about didn't go to China. That's right. That's how we got there. Somehow we went from expensing China to now we're back. Thank you very much. No, that's what the ugly mutt said. She wants to see an actual receipt that you paid $4,000. She
why
wants
not?
to. Yeah, exactly. She wants to see where it came from, so she herself and that cost that you actually purchased it, and other this and that. So the things that are purchased, she wants to see all out and about. None of her business. I don't know her anything. Nope, she didn't donate.
She
But
always says that.
the donors asked. Like I've got an email where a donor asks.
They don't care. It's none of their business. Didn't you hear her? It's none of their business. Mind
just
your
amazing.
business.
It's just amazing to see that, Yeah, Jeremy should be worrying about his own shit, especially since, I don't know, he's broke and has to sell everything. What? Do you like that click? But what? Oh, my God. That's so dumb. Yeah, I already told her about it. We talked about it. Actually, I don't care what the brown mutt wants. Yeah. Did she donate to the memorial? That's the memorial. It's none of her business. Yep. Well, actually, it's nobody's business, to be honest. Oh, and by the way, the total wasn't $4,000.
So again, I want to reiterate, since Felisa has decided it's her business how much we paid for our memorial, it's none of your business. Did you donate? Did you donate?
Even under that, we noted at the beginning we would not be transparent with anything. It was not about anything.
We said we weren't going to tell anyone anything. It's none of your business.
I mean, seriously, because it's it's satirical commentary on these
on what they did.
Mm-hmm. So
and
when
what they continue to do.
When they ran about it and they say that people owe them something, that's a big issue for it,
Yep.
I just love it because they keep that. I mean, they did a lot of talking about that binge though, and everything that comes up with it. Again, I very much think they're going to come in with some ridiculous nonsense and try to utilize it, and it's so bizarre. They also, you remember when they first talked about the memorial, they said that they were going to place the memorial. Some people gave because they said they would place it on the land that was there that Jeremy says is an encroachment.
Mm-hmm.
They said that would be the placement. It would be in the exact same place because we were all like, why would you do that?
Yeah, why would you do that? Because it's obviously disputed.
Well, and on top of it, it's not the place anything happened. That's just a random place to cause drama. Mm-hmm. So now that's changed. And now the Fats put out a statement that was supposedly from the family. Did you see that?
No. Oh, God.
Oh, man. Let me.
But I don't believe them. I'll tell you that right now. I don't believe them that it came from the family.
Well,
I think they would lie. I think they would make it up. Unless I see it from the family. Yeah, I don't.
The family was
it on their page or something?
It's on the Fats page. They put it on there.
Right. So if it's on their page, then no. They fabricated screenshots from our show. Yeah. Okay. I don't believe anything they put out. They're liars.
I know. they absolutely
liars.
They make StreamYards work in ways it doesn't. That's one of the wonderful things about the fabricated stuff. You will never see an image between the two of us where it overlaps. Now I can do that with a video. You can see that sometimes, like when I'm playing a video that's it's got the wrong size.
They tried to pass off their fabricated screenshot of our show as the real thing.
Yep.
And it was laughable.
It was very bad. It was. So here's the.
And after you do something like that, you're just a liar.
So here's the statement, by the way. I mean, they've got to understand that, again, 15 months. These people are saying, again, now that they have had this since April. That's what they're trying to roll into, even though their discussion time and delivery and all that, it wouldn't work out to be that. And I'm sure that there are other statements out there that disagree with this too. I'm sure, because they talked about, I remember later on, they said something about having to order it being lost, People are going to find that.
Well, don't you remember when on Facebook everyone was doing like, where is the bench?
Where is it ended up?
Where in the world is the bench? And they would have it was photoshopped all over the world, like from China, hopping the globe trotting bench. It was hilarious. So this has been going on a really long time, and they know that they're caught. Period.
Yeah, they did something. I mean, this is really awful, is what it is. Because again, with that donor, it really it hit me in my feels a bit. Because when they said I wanted to do something for a family that I couldn't do for mine, and
yeah.
It's horrible, and also here's something that really stuck with me that I didn't mention before, but I feel like we need to mention now. They say that they care about tragedy and more, and weaponizing the loss of a child would be terrible, right? And yet, look at how they attacked Tina. The stuff that they've said about her is so disgusting. So this is the statement they put out, though. To Lisa Lee, Frank, Mimi, and I have discussed about when to put the memorial up, and we've decided to wait a while. I understand that you have everything ready, but with all that is going on, we feel that this should be a private thing. You didn't feel that before. I mean, again, if this is a real statement, you allowed people to mark it off of the idea that Jeremy Hales, without evidence, which is a real problem, but Jeremy Hales had stolen something that belonged with your family. And then they marketed this idea, because this wasn't a memorial given just because people thought, man, you need to have a memorial. It was marketed off of a very nasty, character damaging, reputational damaging.
Yeah, it was character assassination. Absolutely.
But now it needs to be private. Now, after the
public assassination of Jeremy Hales' character, now you want it all to be private. Sure.
You've got a donor that has contacted all types of authorities, has asked publicly and privately now for proof that this thing exists. Not tomorrow, not down the road where you're going to damage control. They asked in September. They have asked publicly afterwards, and they just asked. They asked again. They did an interview about it. So, these people, they do deserve to know if something did. And again, every day they delay, I'm waiting for that cheap freaking bench that costs $200 to pop up.
I can't wait to see what they come up with. It's going to be hilarious.
Yep. It's going to be, I mean, they've got to know that this stuff, it has reached a point. You can't do this forever. You cannot do this kind of stuff forever. And on top of it, again, there's the other project that hasn't even moved, Anyway, let's continue reading. I'll get on that rant. I'll be on that rant all day. We can discuss later about a suitable time. While we are extremely appreciative of all of you doing this, we just feel that all of the negative attention right now is taking away from the true meaning of what it was for. Really?
You should talk to Lisa about that, because she's the one who brought all the negative attention by not fulfilling the promise to get the bench for the donors. Wow.
This person's memory was utilized as a weapon, and people have come again. The big donor that talked about it said that was one of the things that resonated. They thought, what a disgusting act that someone would steal this. And when they were asked about, hey, did you look into it and everything? No, I believed this person. I believed the person I gave money to. So the character assassin, and in the name of them, they collected money in their name, and they keep talking about how the family was in their chats and all of this stuff right there with it. So they,
I just realized that person's testimony could be very, very important.
That's what I've been saying. Like
because
there,
this person just admitted that they believed the character assassination of Jeremy Hales.
Well, in order to raise any of this money, period, like if you go back and you look at statements that come from many of these people, I mean, shit, like some of the only me statements, for example, in putting out money, it was very much believing what they had to say. So, that all can be utilized.
Unreal.
Yeah, well, that person also, I wonder if they understand that you could try to pull them in as somebody. They might actually try to pull. God, they'll never let him go. They mentioned him again in a few more. The thing just out of the blue. I brought him up again. They started attacking again. I thought that was interesting.
Course.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of.
Tracks.
Yeah, well, it was real interesting considering. They don't feel like they'll ever do anything to them. So why shouldn't they? But God forbid, should anyone who is against this ever lose a child in such a tragic way. Oh, yeah, like again, Tina lost a child, and that has been weaponized. And this was not about your kid. It never, if you're telling me that this stuff was about a kid, then explain the Bigfoot flipping people off. Explain putting the sign,
is that appropriate to put across the street from where that little girl lives so that she sees it every time they drive into their house? That's strange.
Well, also, how do they explain that to the kid? Like, what do they tell them that means?
Yeah, it's really weird.
My kid would be like, hey, what does that mean? What's up with that?
It's all about a kid, but we're going to put profanity around where the kid can see it. Okay, sure.
They're like, again, thank you. Just gross, man. All of that. That is just weaponized garbage. Again, I would love for them to explain to me, because this is supposed to be a replacement.
I don't believe that came from the family, though. I'm not going to believe that until the family actually comes out and says, yes, we wrote that. I don't think they did. I bet Fleesa wrote it for them.
I wonder at some point, again, don't some of these people understand there is a liability component that potentially blows back on them? Like they shouldn't want any of this.
Yeah, it's really weird. I mean, it would be really easy to just come out and say, hey, we thought that these people were doing a nice thing for our family member, and it turned out that they didn't. And we don't have anything to do with this. So we would prefer to just not have anything to do with it anymore.
I mean, remember, this is supposed to be a replacement for that and that.
Yeah. That amazing. Never mind.
Well, it's wild because, again, this area is disputed. It's contested land. So there was no accident there. Nothing happened right there. You could have put one up anywhere. You could chose any place. You could put it off the road, in the middle of your property. Nope. Got to pick that exact place. Why? Well, there's no other why but. It's just craziness, man. I mean, and now, like I said, the memory of this, it will forever go down. 15 months. 15 months, you got people, again, reporting this stuff to the police. That's what they brought to the table. That's not on us. See, they want to blame, like, again, all these people want to blame, like, Hales or us. We're not the ones that are complaining to the police about it. The donors are. That's a big difference, you know?
Yep.
Let me see if there's anything else I want to pull up tonight. I mean, there's a lot of transcript, by the way, talking about benches and stuff. That's been a hot topic as of late. Yeah, it's been a. Oh yeah, I wanted to show this too. So, would you like to see a blast from the past that somebody put up? 2022. This is 2Ls. See the transcript right here? This is from a set of 2022, May.
Uh-huh.
Jeremy Hales. Then YouTube came into my life, and Jeremy Hales really inspired me to do YouTube. And to basically, he showed me, you know, basically you kind of entertain people, I guess, and just have fun, film yourself. I don't know. Like, that's my next inspiration is Jeremy and YouTube, and seeing how he is been able to help, you know, people do successful things on YouTube. And I would have never done it if it wouldn't have been for him. I wouldn't be doing it, period, honestly. I was talking to whomever this is today, and I would have never been inspired to do YouTube if it wasn't for him. That's my inspiration. And after the next dream, two guys and Jeremy Hales of YouTube, that's what inspired me. Awesome. Jeremy has inspired me as well as a lot of people. That's them.
Wow.
Yeah, that was May 2022. Who knew? And within 1 year, they would be spearheading this movement to burn his life down. It's wild, isn't it? It's wild how that stuff changes up. Oh my Lord, Tourette's. Oh my God. Oh Lord. There's a few screenshots of that. I can't find it. I was looking for the Tourette's screenshot, but I can't find it. It's funny though. I found one where they were complaining about like Jay, you know, essentially, I don't have Tourette's. That's their new story. But before that, there's a statement, and I know I clipped it somewhere. I thought I had it pulled up, but God, I've got to find that now. I know they mentioned Tourette's too. Hey, can you hold this for 1 second? I'll be right back. Okay?
Sure. What's up, chat? I have been having a really difficult week with this awful medical system of ours in America. You know, I have come to the conclusion that I never want to hear ever again, that America has the best healthcare system in the world. Like, never again. You know what I discovered today? I discovered that if you want to get good medical care, all the actual specialists who specialize in complex medical issues don't take insurance. So not only do I have to pay my, my monthly hundreds of dollars to my insurance company, but then I can't use it to get the specialist that I want or who can help me. I can use it though to get a bunch of specialists together to do nothing for me, to do absolutely nothing because they know nothing about it. In fact, I just felt, yes, I got progress with Mayo. My daughter was accepted into Mayo, which was really quick. And I was really excited. And then they called me and told me it's a 6 to 8 month waiting list. So that's probably not going to work. So, you know, I don't know. I'm still working on it, but I'm finding out that all of the specialists who actually know what they're doing, who you want to see, who actually get results, you have to pay for it out of pocket.
Yep. It's amazing. You're like, what do I pay all this money to insurance for then? You
Yeah, I
know?
really don't understand. I don't want to pay for insurance anymore. I just want to pay out of pocket all the time. And then I could save my own money in an account that I want to use on healthcare, right? I could just put that money aside in an account and then use it when I need to, when I go to pay a doctor. And wouldn't it be easier? Then doctors wouldn't have to deal with insurance companies.
Well, one of the things we'd have to control in that is with insurance and stuff, they've allowed them to run roughshod, over costs because they have all these agreements with insurance companies. So when they do that, they may charge you some obscene amount of money, so they can kind of excuse these insurance companies. Oh, well, you did need one when it doesn't look like if you want results.
Yeah, I found like a really good sounding clinic in Buffalo that's not far from me. And, but then I found out they don't take insurance. And it's like, holy crap, your first consultation or whatever is like a $400 appointment. And that does not include whatever's coming next.
Yep.
Because I'm sure there will be follow-ups and there will
going to
be
be tests and everything else.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
I found this rock. Check this out. I wonder if anyone in the chat can tell me. This is random, but it's also a mind stress reliever for a second. Look at this rock. This thing is heavy. I believe it's maybe magnetite or something because it's hard to tell in this picture, but it's got crystals all over it. See?
Cool.
Red crystals. But it weighs a ton, man. This thing feels like it weighs like 1,000,000 pounds. I wonder what it is. I don't know if anybody out there, you can see the rust color to it.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I've never seen anything like that.
It's
It
heavy,
almost looks
dude.
like a cross between lava and something else.
Feels like a self-defense
The
weapon.
chat says, Megan, have you tried Hale's bucks? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go to I'll go to the clinic. I'll be like, well, I don't have any money or insurance, but here, try these Hale's bucks.
Pay chicken skins.
Chicken skins.
Yeah, chicken
I
skins.
will
buy
trade
everything.
you chicken skins for consultation.
Oh, wouldn't that be amazing? Be like, here's your chicken skins. Oh, thank you, man. How did you
Oh,
know?
the chat says that looks like a meteor.
I
Oh
don't
my
know.
God, what if it's alien?
It's gonna crack open. Oh man, maybe I should. Oh my gosh, maybe if I, if I rub it across the maladies, maybe I get superpowers, or maybe I can get that third leg kick thing. That'd be amazing.
I think we should send a picture of it to 2L. She can tell us what it is. We need her expertise.
She'd be like, I don't know, chip it down into a penis, then I'll tell you. Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna hit some super chats. You want to stay or you out?
I'm going to go, but also before I go, this is funny. Lynette Mubston Esquire says, I heard Ricada is covering Hales in 2028. Just be patient, chat. Trust me, he'll get to it. Life happens. There's nothing we can do about life popping up, as we all know.
It is funny though, and I'll laugh.
It is really, that's a funny joke. I hear he's covering it in 2028. Yep, the wait times at specialists are about like the wait times for Ricada covering something you really want him to cover.
That's about it. Yeah, well,
about a 6 to 8 month window you're looking at. About 6 to 8 months, chat. Don't worry. He'll get there.
It's so funny, man. All right, we'll be over with Megan tomorrow. Hey, are we gonna laugh at some more?
Oh, we're doing it's Rayapalooza all day.
Oh my God, we're gonna have a Rayapalooza. That sounds
Rayapalooza.
Rayapalooza 2026, babe.
And listen, those of you who are, I hear a bunch of you are like, I couldn't find the Rumble stream. Listen, you have one assignment between now and tomorrow. Those of you who had trouble, you will figure out how Rumble works. It is just like YouTube. You can go into last night's description on my video and click on the link and it'll take you right there.
Actually, well, you can also do this. So just on Google, I just did this. Type Rumble Megan Fox. The first thing that pops up is Megan Fox Investigates. So
yep, and that's the right channel.
Yep, it's right there.
And then you just subscribe to it, just like you subscribe on YouTube. And yes, you got to make a little account. No, you don't have to put your credit card in, but you can do it. You can do it, chat, and you want to do it because guess what? Sometimes YouTube is asshole, and for whatever reason, my channel might be down or Tug's channel might be down. And how else would you find us? So you have to go over there and become a subscriber on Rumble. And we have so much fun over there anyway. It really is. It's fun.
I may next week go over to Locals, fire that sucker back up and do a movie watch or something.
That would be fun. I would actually do that with you if you were going to do it.
All right. I'm thinking about doing it. You know, we need to find a fun.
You could make me watch some horror movie I've never seen. That would be terrible.
I need to find a really funny, awful horror movie. Like something like, why am I sitting through this?
It'll just be me going, this is shit. This whole thing is shit.
The worst movie. So I have a joke I used to play on someone I know that one of the movies I hate more than anything is a movie called Gummo. If you ever look it up, it's terrible, awful movie. You know, I had to sit through it. Well, they hated it a lot too. So every year for holiday, at least one holiday, I buy them a copy of Gummo. And what's really funny about it is they have a VHS copy that I'd gotten, and now it's actually worth quite a bit of money. I found it at like a yard sale. It's like, all right, you know, and I gave it to him, and now it's apparently worth a little bundle.
Smoking Cat says Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. That my dad is always making jokes about Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I've literally never seen it. I think he said it was the worst movie he's ever seen.
Actually, you know, it's have you ever seen The Blob?
Yes.
Okay. Have you seen the,
I did.
Have you seen The Blob remake?
I don't know. I saw it like on WGN, you know, back when they would put movies on TV.
Yeah.
Like way
Was it
way
like
long
the
ago.
60s? Did you see a movie from
It
the
was
80s?
the old one.
Okay, yeah. So there's a remake, and there's some horrific stuff in the remake.
Oh God, don't
It's
show me that.
amazing.
The
Oh.
chat just said you should show me Saw. You guys, I will just have my eyes covered
Oh
the whole
man, that'd be
time.
great. I want to play a game. Yeah, then we could do that.
No.
Megan, let's play a game.
I'll never sleep again. This is a bad idea. I shouldn't have signed up for
Oh
this.
my God, that'd be
I'm already
great.
regretting it.
Yeah, maybe we'll take a poll, like see what people think we should watch. Make it terrible.
Make it terrible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's people are
The things
noting
I
stuff
do for
like
you,
Plan
chat.
9.
The things
Oh
I
yeah.
do.
Saw box set. I do too. I've got it. Oh man, I have so many horror movies. God, I've got a lot of horror movies.
All right. Well, I'm
Okay.
out of here. I lied. I just kicked him out. I'm not out. He's out. But you know, I don't... All right, bye.
Later. So we have too much fun here. That's one thing. Like the ecosystem has never managed. They've never managed fun. It's a strange thing to watch them and to notice they don't have fun. All right. Let's see. Emma, thank you for the 2 there. Lurker tax. Well, thank you for that. Appreciate you quite a bit with it too. Let's see. Sherry, I dropped 10 giftos. That's awesome, Sherry. Thank you for that. And thank you again for that. And thank you for giving to others too. I think that's amazing. A lot of fun with that too. Let's see. Should watch Thanksgiving. Oh my God, I think that's hilarious. Yeah, with the low budget turkeys. Oh yeah, that's awesome. I like have you ever watched Santa's Sleigh? SLAY, you know, like, you know, taking off offing people. That movie is ridiculously funny. I like it. It's got I believe it's Goldberg that's Santa Claus in it. And he takes out Fran Drescher at the very beginning. He like sets your head on fire and stuff. It's an absurd movie, but it's over the top, like ridiculous. But yeah, Thanksgiving is the turkey's funny. We could get a killer snowman, all kinds of stuff. Joe, thanks for the 20 there to help the A-Ho Dojo Academy. That's right. We need to take memberships. Yeah, indeed. I love that A-Ho Dojo. It's so amazing. Yeah, a few of you have definitely seen that. Yeah, Kitty. You see, I love that movie. I love it. We'll have to find something to watch there now. Rhea Wright, thanks for the 2 there. If it's a flat pack, they can't read the instructions. Well, oh my God. You know, what's really funny I really want to see, by the way, just randomly, I want to see some really good memes of the Fats going to China. I think that would be really funny. DeFloofs. Hey, what's up, DeFloof? Thanks for the 5. DeFloofs is still in the hospital. Oh, no, man. I hope, again, love to you, my friend, for real. And prayers. We've been keeping you in our thoughts and our prayers for sure, my friend. The overlords at home. Needing a new servant. Blessings to all and candy to Buck. Man, well, like I said, again, you are in our, for sure, you're in our prayers. It's amazing how in live streams, people can have an impact just with a name being here. It's amazing the impact there. So again, I really hope you get better. That the kids, especially, God, the little one loves the floofs. Fallen Hero, thank you for that gifted membership. Thank you, Fallen Hero. It's good to see you, my friend, as always. Constant. That is always constant. Appreciate you, brother. I have my favorites. What's up? 13 months. I've told you he's so bad. So bad. Indeed. What a monster. Selena, thank you for the tune there. You loved Megan. Yeah, I know. She knows she is too. I give her a hard time about hosting and other stuff, but Keith, thanks for the 5. I'm moving from the Fox Den to the J space. That would be really funny. I need to set up a background banner like when she's away one day on a weekend. Just Jay. It's like, thanks for the 5 there. Hashtag Thunderdome Part 2. That's right. That's what we need. Spearwalker. Thanks for the 5 there. Jay is better than Megan. My goodness. She probably saw that and didn't want to mention it when it went by. Just like, no. Max Lab, thanks for the do. Hey, Tuggy Mega. Hey, man, how you doing, brother? I hope you're having a good one. Yeah, Ninja Puppy, thanks for the 17 months. Time flies when you're having fun. Indeed, it does. Lots of months, lots of goofing off. It's been an interesting one, Rob, thanks for 5. My guess on Tizzy is that she is Rosalind's digital alter ego. She's the one that keeps the most detailed timeline out there. Tizzy has been attacked over and over again as other people. Isn't it funny how that's going? Because they try to guess so often at who's you, and you're like, no, I don't think so. I don't think it's that person. It's just funny how they've tried to guess in there. I like your guess. I also like the fact, Rob, that it'll make them, they'll be like, oh my God, you know what I heard admitted to? Student bodies. That's hilarious. That freaking God. I saw that when I was a really little kid too. My parents were divorced, so my father, when he would get his weekend time, he would, like at night, he would take me to the he'd take me to, I don't think it was a Blockbuster. I can't remember what the place was called then, but he'd be like, just pick out some movies. And he didn't care. He just never looked. And I watched things that I absolutely shouldn't have watched, but I would always gravitate to the horror. And I would, at the time you'd pick up like 5 or 6 horror movies, and I would watch horror movies at night and scare myself, of course, because it'd be little, but I'd sit down and he had a big TV then too. He was living his bachelor life for a moment, and he had a big old freaking TV. Those movies were definitely cheaper than a babysitter, I'm sure. But I watched a lot of things. Like I said, I was little. I was like, man, that's looking back, that really was. Again, I don't think there's anything wrong with watching horror movies as a kid. I think there are certain things in horror movies that, if it's really graphic or gratuitous, obviously, not a little kid there. And again, there's certain adult content that they don't really need to see. But You know, I would watch so many movies with cornstarch and other stupid, like the things in life that hurt you are not cornstarch related. You know, they're not like creatures from outer space or coming out of a black lagoon. It's something very human. So those movies, I think, like a Henry or something. No, that's not a kid movie at all. That's awful, you know. But I think if you're responsible about it, I think there's certain ones. I mean, God, the stuff I see on just regular TV, the stuff that pops up in recommendations from platforms is amazing. You know, it's like if you put it on kid settings, some of the stuff that comes up, like, what? Wait, what? Blows my mind. William, thanks for the 5. You play fight. Tonight's Flea Show will be all about you two fighting. You know, it's funny so when we were both off with the table thing and she was having some medical stuff, they had people that were speculating on, oh my God, I think the show broke up. Well, wow, that's it only took us a week. Like we had one show on the week. You know, we just we didn't have that much. Or when Megan goes on vacation, they're always speculating about how the shows. It's really their wish list because they hope to God that we, you know, have a falling out. Which again, Megan isn't sensitive about anything. You know, she's a tough person. Like these people think that they think that they can pick on women because they think that they're going to be overly sensitive. You know, a lot of their chats do that. They target, oh God, some things they do and say because they think they can run ladies off. And a lot of ladies out there, you folks, well, you're not a punching bag for these people. I commend you for that. But yeah, I won't be surprised if they pull it up and say, "Oh, look at the fighting." Julie Moore, thanks to the 5. I learned something new on every stream. Too new. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know that. I had no idea. And when I say that, I'm not making fun of the person for wanting. I mean, God, the cost of that stuff is thousands of dollars. You know, so I understand why a person would want it. But my God, if you buy $16 teeth, you're probably like, you can't expect quality. You know what I mean? I wish you could, but you can't expect it at all. Yeah, I had no idea. You should look on there. It's wild. Archie, thanks for the 5 for the Temu sheet fun. Thank you. By the way, I'm going to do I'm thinking about doing a random Temu grab. If people think that would be funny, I would definitely do it. Like I said, the heart-shaped face, I think that would be really funny to pick up. You know, as part of all of this, and just pick up some random stuff. I know. There's so much random weirdness on there. Just pick up randomly weird stuff. Oh my gosh. I like the idea of the heart thing, though. That's really funny. Yeah, Max Live's birthday's Friday. Thank you, first boss. Vet Nation. Yes, indeed. And Friday, I've got it marked. So we can throw him down some birthday celebration for sure. And Max, I appreciate you too, man. Yep. I know. It's exciting. You should do something for yourself that day, something you would normally never do. You know, I think people, they should really start kind of treating themselves that way. You know, do one thing in the day that you just absolutely wouldn't do otherwise. Have a lot of fun with. Don, thanks for the 10 there. I just spent $16K to get implants on the bottom and new uppers. Yeah, who knew I could do it for under $100? I'm a sucker. Indeed. I know. It's crazy what they cost, isn't it? You know, even having like non-implants are around $5,000 just to have plates if they're done well. Now, I'm sure you could go somewhere and get them a little bit cheaper, but you know, it reflects that. If you want to get something done, you're talking about a baseline of at least $5,000. So I understand why people are like, man, I wish I could go over to Temu and buy that for sure. And I wish it wasn't scam because, you know, out of any insurances too, one thing that really bothers me is that with health insurance, teeth don't count unless you're one of those lucky few that it's added on. I've got a rider on mine that says I can get a checkup, but it's 6 months checkup, but it doesn't do anything for that. You have to have your own, and dental insurance is a mess too. Rob, thanks for the 5. JJ Bean, I'll be doing a Megan recap tomorrow. Can't wait. That would be funny. That'd be absolutely hilarious. Rewrite, thanks for the 2. The best thing for brain rot is cleaning. Indeed. You know, it's funny because they recognize that idea. That's what people, they call all those stupid videos that you run across. If people don't know what that's referring to, you know, there's just ridiculous videos you look at and you're like, why? What? You know, that was a waste of 10 seconds. You know, people just scroll through them all day. Yeah, it's affectionately called brain rot. I mean, that's what they refer to themselves as. Look at that, LaWanda, the 3-legged thing. That's funny. I'm glad you all noticed it too there. There's a few of you. Yeah, Frederick noticed. LaWanda noticed. Frederick was like, hey, taking your pick. You got 3 legs. Yeah, it's next level. Everybody was kung fu fighting. And Cindy, thanks for the 5. Megan does a great 2-leg, but Tech's 3-legged kick is just mind-boggling. I know. Everyone's throwing the up so hard. Thanks. Indeed. That's one thing. We bring up serious subjects and we bring up awful stuff. But along with that, we try to also bring you things that are entertaining. You know, and one of the things that like the Fats, Ray, all these people have never figured out is they can't bother us by going after us because we're self-deprecating. Self-deprecating? No, it's deprecating. What's up? I hear you coming down the stairs. Yeah. Come on.
What did I listen to?
What did you listen to? What do you got?
I was listening to your live stream.
What?
Yeah.
You pulled on my live stream? What?
Yes, I was.
Oh my goodness. You found me?
Yeah, I looked up on my phone. I was trying to find you for a while.
Oh.
My phone wasn't. I was trying to think what your name was again in the live stream.
Oh, Lord.
And I finally.
It lets you through to find me too. That's the crazy thing.
Hey.
That's wild. All right. Well, hey, give me a hug. Come here.
If you see it in 100s, that was me.
Okay.
I put 100 there.
You did. All right. Well, hey, you're not supposed to be watching stuff like that.
I don't know what you even think of. I don't know everything, so.
You don't know everything? Well, don't be listening to me, okay? I know it lets you pull it up. It shouldn't have. But, you know, I'll have to readjust those settings then.
No.
Yeah, well. Then go have fun, though. Go. You said you wanted to check out some of the shows that were on, right? Did you watch
I have an announcement.
What's that?
Rickade is getting in the shower. That's the announcement. He's getting in the shower because he's going to stream.
I thought it was going to end there. I was like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. What?
What's up?
Nope. He's getting in the shower. He's
Well,
getting ready to stream.
I just found out that YouTube Kids, because on the phone with the little one, you know, I've set it to YouTube Kids. It let her come to my channel.
What?
She said, hey, I liked your stream. I was like, wait a minute, what?
What?
Yeah. So
YouTube Kids?
YouTube Kids let her on.
Yeah, see, I never trusted any of that. Like, I just let my kids on YouTube regular because I knew darn well, after they were a certain age,
Yeah,
I knew
that's what I'm
darn
saying.
well
At
that
6,
YouTube
you know,
Kids,
it's like, yeah, no.
yeah, not at 6, but I just kept them off of it for a long time. But I know that I tried the YouTube Kids once and it was a big fail.
Yeah, well,
Big
that's
fail.
crazy though. I mean, you know, because we're marked specifically not for, you know, like my channel. If you mark it for, there's a lot of restrictions and stuff that come up. So, you know, we're all marked like that. So what time's he going on?
Well, I had told him that it would be about an hour from when I got off your stream
that's
since
about
you were doing
that's
super
about
chat.
right.
So
Mhm.
I think that's what he's aiming for is like around 11, but I don't know. I'm going to ask him to get
Wait.
the link up so you can redirect.
11 your
My
are you
time.
talking about like 20 minutes, 11?
I wouldn't think he would be that soon. If he's just getting in the shower now, he's probably
I wish
we're
he'd
looking at
get a link up before
I know, but he
do
should get the link up before he gets in the shower. I'll ask him to do that.
Okay. Yeah, tell him for sure.
All right. And if I
I'll
if I
delay for a
see
few
it,
minutes. I'll take my time for a minute,
okay.
and, I'll drag my feet, which I'm already slow, but I'll drag my feet a little bit more. And,
Okay.
if, I'll probably have another 20 or 30 minutes. So, but if you can put up a link, I will definitely tell him, get his link up there.
No, I will. And keep an eye on your phone because I'll text you when I see it. I'll keep an eye out.
Okay. Actually, can you pop in and show me? Oh, actually, you don't have to do that. I could find it. Never mind. Yeah, just text me. I'm going to turn the notifications on. Some people will be like, ding, ding, ding. All right. I'll keep it on.
All right. Bye.
All right. That might be really fun today. By the way, again, that, we kind of glossed over one point tonight, but I do want to, I really meant to hammer this at the very end of the live stream too. We talked about the, we talked about the timeline that they were trying to check this out though. Somebody said, by the way, somebody messaged me and said, hey, I think what they meant was they meant that flight wasn't like a physical thing, like them going to China physically. No, they meant that because it's right here. Look, they're talking about it too. They're like, oh, that freaking idiot, the drama. I figured out, yeah, I took my private plane. I picked it up and now, well, so yeah, they are saying, absolutely, people are saying physically went to China, which is the dumbest thing. Not one person has ever thought that, I mean, really. But when we were talking about it again, I meant to end in discussion saying this tariff, it hammers down a point of time. Legitly, they are absolutely saying that before April the 9th, that it was there. So not on, but before then. And that clip that we showed with March 5th, where they're talking about taking 6 weeks. Well, the math ain't mathing, you know what I mean? So this is their problem though. They lie, like they lie so much. Could you imagine if they actually had a bench sitting around since April 2025? I mean, could you imagine all the problems that they've had donor-wise? That just makes no sense whatsoever because them not being willing to show donors anything at all, that hurts them and they know it. It's just one of those things, listen and believe is garbage. When I talk about accusations and people listening and believing, some people defend that. But you notice when it comes to the finances, they do it for everything. You just got to believe. You just got to believe. Again, that is a cult. They were whining about that yesterday or the other day too. They're whining about, oh, they're saying we're in a cult. Oh my God. According to Tug, we're in a cult. oh. But yeah, he's the one that's in a cult. I know you are, but what am I? I mean, really, that's what they go with. At about an hour and 50 minutes in, they're like, oh, Tug says, oh, we're in a cult. Oh, yeah. If anybody asks you to take things on faith, worship at their altar, what else is it? Tris, thanks for the 5 there. Sorry, late today, taking care of 5 orphaned puppies. Hey, that's awesome, though. They're about 2 weeks old. I'll catch up. Hey, well, That's great. We used to do stuff like that. The best and worst thing, I found puppies that had 2 instances with this, and it was awful one time because we lost them, and it was great one time because we didn't. But I found puppies when we lived out in the middle of nowhere that they had parvo, and parvo's terrible, especially with puppies. It claims a lot of them. So the first time dealing with it, not knowing what to do, and they were so far along, couldn't save them. But the second time, managed to, and that was really a great experience to be able to find these random animals that have been. A lot of people out in the middle of the country, what you end up with are people dumping animals, and it's terrible. We would end up with wild dogs that way. Oh, it's such a mess. But I'm glad somebody like yourself takes care of them, nurtures them. That's great. Finding them. Lily, thanks for the 5. Did you know in your black belt video, when you kick up high, you have 2 legs standing with the 3rd leg? That is again one of those amazing. If you join up with Aho Dojo, you will learn the secrets. That is one of them. It's so funny. William, thanks for the 10. Apparently, chicken skins cause hallucinations. That's why Fleesa thinks Megan said that Fleesa flew to China in order to order a bench. She just forgot to mention the giant cricket. And then she flew on to China. That's true. You probably thought she flew on like Gabe's back or something. She's like, I flew to China. I flew on his back. Oh, what an idiot. These people, it did amaze me to see that clip where they're talking about Jeremy, though. I went back looking at, and again, he helped them build up a channel. Now you see this is a story that's as old as YouTube, though. People think that you're obligated to continue to build them. And when you don't, when they don't have the success they think they're owed, they turn on you. That happens a lot. It happens way too much. And it's a sad thing. If you take that motivation to create your thing and you go in like no holds barred. You take there's no no's for an answer. You're definitely going to get a yes. So you will get a yes from if not from people, you will get a yes from the cosmos itself. Well, you'll end up succeeding. I'm telling you, but you got to fire on all cylinders, never freaking, and network. A lot of these people, like you see the ecosystem collapsing spectacularly because they're networking. They don't see any value in smaller folks, They think they're top dog, which is funny from a channel their size. They think they're the big dogs. And, again, they can turn on whomever, treat whomever like whatever. It's crazy. By the way, Stacy and Flutter, I'm wondering if you guys should probably write down everything that took place. And some of the stuff you probably know. Some of the stuff that these people, because they're never going to stop. She will never stop coming after you. So, damaging stuff. Maybe you should, maybe remind her of a couple of those things. That would be interesting. Heck, Mr. Coop, again, offered to do an interview. I think it wouldn't be an adversarial interview. You'd be asked questions for sure. He's not going to give you like a pass in asking questions, but I think he's a pretty nice person to do that. I'm sure there's other people if you're not comfortable there. But don't let them relegate you because what they're going to do is they're going to try to drain off every viewer that you have. Don't let them do it. Take them and springboard off of them and get bigger than them. That would be really funny. You could possibly do that. Just Jay, thanks for the 5. Angelic Halo, wearing co-host. Indeed. Indeed, man. I have my favorites. Thanks for the 2. Jay, Angelic. Yeah, right. I should know. Are you saying that he's not? Just Jay. Thanks for the vibe. JJ Bean is adorable. Indeed, the JJ Bean. Oh, that is so funny about JJ Bean. The Julie, what's up? Thanks for the 2. Yeah, Chip's marriage advice would be turn off the Wi-Fi and then hide in the yard. Yep, that is true. The Bulldog, what's up? Thanks for the 50 there. Thank you, Bulldog. To put on the books for your prison stay. Cockroach races, instant noodles. You'll be king of the pod. Oh my God. That's what I need to do. I need to give myself some prison tats. Give me a second. Man, I need to chat GPT that up. 1 minute. I think I need that. I think I need some cool prison tattoos. All right. So take the male figure in prison. Give him crazy tats. And have him facing cockroaches with another inmate. With another inmate in the pic. I'm making one real quick. If we're gonna do prison ones, I like the cockroach racing one. That's funny. Bug Nikki, thanks for the 2. She waited for 2 weeks for the train to China. Oh my God. It is such a dumb thing, isn't it? I mean, when you saw, like, have you seen anyone be like, oh my God, I thought she flew all the way to China to get a bench? I have never heard anyone say that. Oh man, sorry, flying fingers. Give us you dumbass. Man, my favorite saying. Lurker, never miss a stream. So informative. Thank you. Hey, flying finger. I'm sorry I didn't see that come in. I was distracted at the moment, but I appreciate you, and thank you for thank you for always being here. Very much appreciate you, my friend. Old saggy one old saggy guy. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships there. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Like I said, appreciate you on that side for helping out the channel and for giving other people, man. That's beautiful. Silver Fox, thanks for the 5. Don't want police involved with the scamming yet. I want to sue you for speaking a bit fishy. So what or where's 50K connected to? The scam? Yeah. I would be so mad that someone else took money from me that I would really want to send that a lesson, but nope. All these people, again, $200,000 probably, all together, all told, donated in there, and most of them have blocked that person out now, all the way, like they don't exist anymore. Substantial amounts of money, just crazy, man. I would burn a sucker down for doing that and treating me like garbage afterwards, I mean, because the amount of streams that happened after the first allegation of fraud, there were dozens of streams that were aimed at that person. Those are okay, though, apparently. Taking the money is okay, apparently. It's just craziness, man. Go burn them down. I would torch those suckers. But nope, got to threaten the people that pointed out. That's wild. That's why, again, I always tell you, like, helping any of these folks, if they've been a player in this mess, no. Now, donors themselves, yeah, sure. But if anybody's been to the point that people have been reaching out and trying to get them involved, no, not for me. Sammy, what's up? Sammy Bat Crazy. That's funny. Thanks for the 2. Thanks for the super sticker. That's funny. I like it. I appreciate you. Ria Ra, thank you for the 5. Megafox does not take bribes, but you could have at least offered. Yeah, that's right. That's what it's funny. Megan was offended that that she did not get bribed. That's hilarious. Man. Give me 1 second. All right, let's see. Bug Naked, thanks for the 5 there. I'm amazed they didn't ask JH to bring his tractor into the memorial landscape. Well, I mean, what are they going to call landscaping to? You know, that's going to be the funny thing. What passed for all that? I just think that's hilarious. 1 minute. Here, the J. There's somebody sent over the J Tourette's one, but there's another post where maybe it's a transcript one. It's not a post itself, because this one I think is probably talking about the J stuff as far as the Tourette's thing. Check this one out. Just got sent over, by the way. You know, like, I mean, if that's the case, all those other videos and stuff about her and us and whatnot, I'll be effing taken down. And then they're going like, their news story is that I have Tourette's, and that's why I'm not on leases, because I have Tourette's. I swear too much. And until I get my Tourette's under control, I'm not allowed to be alive. I was like, F off. You don't even know what's going on. That ain't nothing to bully about, because that's a real effing condition. Well, exactly. I don't have Tourette's, so yeah. Actually, I knew a guy, like I said, that had Tourette's, and he was. I loved hanging out with him. I loved the fact that he kind of reveled in the fact. He was just like, this is who I am. Who cares, you know? And he was just a fun guy to hang out with. A lot of fun. Andre, thanks for the vibe. Just playing my lurker tags and some candy money, lip gloss for the kendo. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. It's good to see you too, my friend. Emma, thanks for the 2. Slept through the whole night. Oops, hate being sad. I know how that feels, man. I gotcha. You get better, by the way. You get better. Aaron, thanks for the recommendation. Yes, student bodies. Heck yeah. I like it. That's what got me talking about the watching as a kid. That was when I ended up in a stack with. I used to love VHS, all the covers back then. It's one thing that has never gotten any better. You know, VHS, they used to have the most amazing box art. Now, Travis, thanks to Glad You're On, these people are going to hell or jail. Yep, indeed. Indeed. Hey, I'm glad to see you, man. I hope everything's going okay with you, brother. The Tingler. Oh my God, man. There's so many. I think I might have a copy of that around. Actually, I'm trying to remember if I do. You know, like I have a bunch of the old 50s and 60s movies. So I'm curious if I do, because I like the old Vincent Price stuff, but I probably have a copy of that. What chicken butt? Thanks for the on there. Oh yeah, Low was actually a good movie. You know, yeah. The 2009 movie Low, it low budget indie horror comedy suspense. Yeah, I was actually surprised by that movie. I was surprised that it was good. I enjoyed it, to be honest. I thought it would be awful. Now, that's a movie I went into with no expectation whatsoever. So that helps a lot too. If you go into a movie with some expectation, you know, you can be disappointed. But hey, Tris, thanks for the 2. What's your email? Send puppy pictures. Did you? I saw some pictures come in. Was that yeah, I see them come in. So you got it. Thank you. I was going to give it to you, but you found it. Thank you. Also, all the stuff like links and whatnot, if you ever need to find them. Now, again, I say this because I won't notice sometimes when you're asking something. If you need to find any link, look in the description of the video, because I have link heavy in there. You know, they have the different ways to, if you want to back, they have contact, and you can also find a contact email in everybody. Usually the places it'll have like if you go over to the about page, for a YouTube channel. There's a for business inquiries. You can write it. Hey, Sean, thanks for the 17 months there. The umbrella, this just happened to my son. Those puppies I sent you the other day were puppies my son found dumped. Well, that's awesome of you guys. You know, we used to have to take care of all kinds of animals after people would dump them. It's just amazing. Like people get tired of their animal and they go out in the middle of nowhere and they just dropped up. You know, it's awful to say, but it's very inhumane in the fact that those animals oftentimes they'll suffer because they don't know how to find food or water, and they end up dying badly. You know, other animals, well, there's predators out there that are awful. So when people do that, they think, oh, they're going to go out and live in the... No, that isn't how that works at all. It's terrible. Hey, what's up? 2-bit. Thanks for the 5 there. Exactly what leg are you using to do the kick? Indeed. Well, like I said, if there's a foot on the end of it, you've got a problem. Hey, Rob, thanks for the 2. Human centipede. You'll never go back. Actually, the worst one is I think 2 is just horrifying. Like 1, it's a gross idea and stuff, but they shy away from a lot of the stuff with the human centipede itself. You know, so you have enough you're like, ugh, that's nasty, but it's just not grosser than gross, horrific. When you get into like 2, we're like, we're going to show you. That movie is so gross, man. I hate that movie. I hate it. I don't mind a schlocky, nasty horror movie that's like over the top, but God, that movie's gross. Part 2. Wheat Toast, West Coast. Thank you for the 5 there. Do you have a fixed smile? My avatar wants his tooth tea back. Yeah. Look at him, though. He looks so happy with his teeth like there. You know? Isn't that beautiful? Do I have a fixed smile? Yes, I do. I have. I've gotten mine worked on and fixed. I had problems when I had a really bad car wreck. It hit me in my freaking mouth and everything else. It was rough. So I ended up getting those fixed up. You know, the thing is, like with a lot of these people here, they don't care about how they appear. They look like if you were to look up a picture in the dictionary of someone that would scam a human being, you tell me how far off that is. I mean, we're already to the point where, we got catfishing going on. I mean, it's redonkulous levels of catfishing, by the way. But on top of that, Lord. Yeah, it's funny too. They keep using the Game of Thrones thing. I don't know how much you know about Game of Thrones, but I always liked the Iron Throne, because the Iron Throne, there's one thing about the Iron Throne in legend. The common folks, they talk about how the Iron Throne will reject someone. It cuts people. It forces them off. It makes them say, in fact, if you watch House of the Dragon, you saw somebody end up getting cut, having problems, ending up passing. The common folk would say that would be the Iron Throne rejecting them. And I always think, man, these people are going to go the same way. They think that they've taken the Iron Bucket Throne, and yet. All right, well, I did not get a message that I noticed about Ricada yet. So let me check him just to make sure. I gave him plenty of time just to check. Let me make sure he hasn't put one up yet, because I was going to redirect to him. Let me see. Live stream. Nope. Nothing's up there yet. So, well, keep an eye on it, folks, if you're up and about. But I'm going to end here. Like I said, I dragged my feet for quite some time in doing that. But we are at the end. Tomorrow, let me make sure I didn't miss anybody there. Yes, tomorrow we will be with Megan. We're going to have, again, a Palooza. I think that will be fun. So keep that out and keep an eye on, like I said, Brigada. Hopefully he does pop up tonight. I would really like him to, get me laughing about that stuff. But anyway, I will catch you later. See ya.